airships.
I know, but this is the thing. Iris recognized it because it was like her daughter's kind of creation. I know, but this is the thing. Iris recognized it because you weren't here to be like,
I'm so proud.
Iris recognized it because you weren't here to be like,
I'm so proud.
We did talk about. I do think Beryl did talk about tying
I'm so proud.
Beatty to the ship as well, and Beatty's like, don't come at me with that rope in your face. Beatty to the ship as well, and Beatty's like, don't come at me with that rope in your face.
I have to stop whatever's happening.
Oh, because you actually managed to escape whatever the hell the wall is.
Hearing?
Didn't you?
Yeah,
You actually managed to escape
happening.
whatever the hell the wall is.
Okay, hang on. I gotta put us on a break screen. This is insane.
Whatever the hell the wall.
Okay.
It wouldn't be a live stream game without technical difficulties.
Oh my god, that was brutal. I had the stream muted and somehow the stream unmuted itself whenever I was on it, and it started looping through my headphones, and it was just... That was the most overstimulating thing that has happened to me. not this week, but in a while.
Sorry.
Today, for
Does
sure.
suck.
Holy crap. Oh my god. Okay.
Fuck.
Everyone should be able to hear us, which is great. I love that for us. And...
Hi, babies.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, stories don't care, because I like to make sure that they are recognized ever since they got told that they were nobody.
That's Stacy, and she's not nobody. No, she's not.
Never know.
Ah, somebody.
Oh.
Yes, we
Okay.
can hear. Good job.
Hey,
I'm also
yes.
turning up the music and the ambient stuff, so they'll be able to hear some of that as we play too. Oh, okay. I feel better.
You want a minute?
Yay!
It just like clouded my brain. I also had that moment of like, Zach and I were talking, and I was like, haha, I should get some music to play like in the arms of an angel for when he doesn't show up. I'll be like, haha, he's not running the stream tonight. And then I had this thought at like 6 p.m. my time, and then realized, oh, that means I have to. And I have none of the assets set up because I've changed computers since the last time I ran it. So
This layout looks
it's
good,
Mark.
though.
Okay, hey Mark. So I set up, I went like speed run all the assets and got them on a screen and tried to make this work. So.
Oh, my brain just went, oh, hi, Mark.
Oh hi. Oh hi,
I did not
Mark.
do it.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I did not
Hi,
do
Mark.
that. I did not.
I did not.
I've never actually seen that movie Beyond the.
Die.
Okay. Let's get started. We will not have Zach, as I mentioned. Beryl will not join us tonight, and also our neighborhood boat
Damn it.
driving
Still no
BDSM
full cast. God.
is still not here because of responsibilities. I'm sure that she will check in throughout the night because she is probably stuck and listening. Yeah, let's jump in. Hi everyone, welcome to Punch and Roll for Initiative. I am Ethan Gray, your dungeon master. We are a nerdy and dirty D&D podcast made up of audiobook narration. So if you're into audiobook narration, you're probably going to like the podcast. And I'm going to go around the horn, and that feels really weird and old the way I said that, but I'm going to leave it. I'm going to go
I
go
watched
around
you
the
internally
horn, and
cringe.
each of you are going to
The
give
thing is,
yourself
as you said it, the minute it was out your mouth, your
reach
face
around
went, regret saying that.
Reach around
could
your
see
horns,
the
all of you. Grab your horn, pull it out. But no, we're gonna go around and have everyone introduce their characters themselves. They'll give a fun fact, and if they want to promote any projects, they will have the opportunity to do so. So first, I'm gonna start with on my screen, Cleo.
Hello, I am Cleo Birch. I play Iris McGugan. And a fun fact about Iris is her parents ran an airship like long haul taxi service, and she was born on that ship, grew up on it, very comfortable. She loves the air, she loves heights, everything like that. And she's had a good relationship with her parents, and in her mind until she ran away with Henry. But given the nature of her parents, they were sky-flying hippies. They saw her sneak away to start her life with Henry, and they watched her go with like so much pride because that's exactly what they did when they were young. But Iris doesn't know that she had their blessing to go and do it. She just ran off and started her life, and so she hasn't seen them since then. But like, a nice little, they were cool. They were hippies, and when she ran off and lived her life, they were so proud. And then they went and lived with Erd.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is Marie.
Hi, my name is Marie Mitchell. I'm currently recording The Trouble with Love and Coaches, which is an amazing little romantic comedy written by Harry Ashford and performed in duet with Gabriel Michael. It should be out by the time this episode airs, so have at it.
She's thinking like 6 months ahead. You know what? All the books I'm working on will be out too, I'm sure.
It's supposed to be out by October 25th, so I'm just, like hedging bets here.
I don't think this episode.
It'll be out for a few months by then.
Hey, you're right. But
I play Kaida Thorne, and a fun fact for her is Kaida really wants to find like her signature battle cry. So far, they've ranged from "For the village" to "Time for your vegetables" to once yelling "Sorry in advance" before like swinging her scythes. But she's gonna find it eventually.
I love it.
I love that too. All right, Aaron.
Hello, I'm Aaron, and I play Redfold. Little plug for me, if you happen to be going to FanX in Utah in a couple of weeks, you will be able to see me. I will have a booth there. Come and say hi. I'll be selling my wares. It'll be great. But I play Redfold, the barbarian. Now, a fun fact about Redfold is back in his earlier adventuring days, when he didn't do as much as we do out here, there was a treasure chest locked behind a door that he just couldn't quite figure out. No matter how hard he tried, there was no obvious lock. He tried pushing, pulling, didn't work. He ended up destroying the entire door, frame, and wall just to get behind what he later found out was a sliding door.
That sounds like something I'd do in real life.
Why do I have to go after that?
That does.
I'm
make
the
you
worst
nice,
with the
Brody.
fun facts, and that came up. It's like, come on.
I'm excited for whatever depressive episode. No, I'm kidding. Whatever happened to you.
We have fun facts and we have sad facts. It's your time.
And as we're realizing, like, it's probably a good thing Iris wasn't here last week, because all she would realize is Raz is just a sweet boy that never got love, and he needs love.
It's just
Something
you're
like that.
adopted.
Exactly.
Brody, you gotta go, buddy.
Brody, this is you.
Yeah, do
I
it.
didn't know if y'all were ready for me. Sorry.
Sorry, I said your name and said it was your turn. I didn't realize.
All right. Sorry. So yeah, I'm Rody, voice actor, audio engineer, sometimes podcast editor when I have time. I am currently working on an audio book with Tegan as the lead, and I'm working on an audio drama where I'm the narrator, which is a lot of fun, and I'm doing
A fabulous job. That's what you're doing.
Thank you. No, I was going to say I'm also doing a few projects and have a few projects actually that just came out with Audio Mazes, which has some of us also working in that company, and it's been a lot of fun. And I play Raz. I don't know if I said that. But fun fact is, as everybody knows now, Raz was born with wings. And I think everybody can see the image. Yeah. So, fun fact is, when you learn to fly, they push you off the island. And Raz managed to make it back his first try. So, there you go. You
Your
didn't
fun
make it back a
fact is
second try,
childhood
though.
trauma.
We'll just put it that way.
It's
It
like
was-
tossing a kid to teach them how to swim. Yeah.
Birds do it. It's yeah. We throw babies in pools. Have you ever seen what they do to babies in pools?
Oh yeah.
He's technically making it back his second time now. So yeah.
Yeah.
There you
And wings.
Raziel,
that's even more
Raziel.
feat.
Raziel, come back. Raziel.
Come on up. Breathe. Breathe. Okay.
If you haven't seen this, you should watch a video of them throwing a toddler into a pool because they literally just
Yeah.
go surface, surface.
Come on up.
Come on.
See, that's not the way. That is not the way we teach kids how to swim in Australia. It's
It's-
more of a
yeah.
1, 2, 3, and they come up going, "Oh my God, what happened?"
You just softly like waterboard them. It's okay.
Yeah. In Australia, if you survive the pool full of alligators, then you get to become an Australian.
Well,
That's the rule.
that's
This is
not
what
the
happens when your
water, that's-
That's
civilization
not going to
was
be hard.
developed by
We
criminals.
don't have alligators in Australia.
They were
Crocodiles.
just used to being waterboarded, so they just kept it going.
Basically the same species. All right, Tegan, it is your turn.
Hi, my name is Tegan Burke. I play Emanaya Demira, also known as Emmy, for everybody else, just for sake of an ease. But I am also an audiobook narrator. I am actually currently working on the Life's a Beach Cozy mystery series, starting with Sun, Sand and Slaughter. And coming out shortly with Audio Mazes is Love, Hope and Stardust, which both Ethan and Rhodey are in. So, woo! As well as Zach as well, even though he's not here.
Yeah.
Everyone's in it, apparently. So, yeah, we're doing that. Keep an eye out. It's a great, I believe it's a charity episode, isn't it, for mental health
Yes.
awareness?
Yeah, the National Suicide Prevention Program.
Yes. So, really, really good cause. So, go listen to it and stuff. And so, yeah, I play Emmy. And Emmy's fun fact is because she comes from a very scholarly family and there were lots of books and ancient texts and stuff around her house because her dad is a cartographer, wasn't home a lot. But because of that, we weren't allowed to have pets. So she spent a lot of the time in the library and she would collect silverfish as pets when she'd find them eating the books. Because one, it's saving the books, and two, she ended up with like a little collection of pets. So
I don't like that at all.
That might be more Australian than the swimming thing.
What does a silverfish look like in Australia? Are they like pet sized? Is that what I mean?
they're still, they're
squirrel?
Are
still,
they, say they're, are
no,
they
no,
like
they're
minnows?
still like little. No, they're still like little bugs. Like
Right. The way she's holding her hand, by the way, is like this. Here, they're like
bugs.
this. They're like little here. So
they're little bugs.
she's like,
Has anybody
little.
else been traumatized by silverfish in Minecraft?
See,
Because
that was my
I'm
first
sorry,
exposure
that's
to
still
them.
terrible.
And then I saw a real one. I went,
No,
what the
they're
fuck?
like I'm trying to think of a size comparison. They're like earwig sized.
That's,
Yeah, but
okay.
I don't know how big your
wanna know where
earwigs
your
How
are.
big
are
are
that
your
size either.
earwigs?
I know.
Earwigs are normal. Our earwigs are normal sized.
Centimeters.
For
inches.
Australian.
Come on.
Our cockroaches are
8 foot
slightly
tall
larger,
with
which is
teeth.
why I didn't use cockroaches as a. I didn't use cockroaches.
They can only eat babies, all right? It's not that
They
big.
only carry away our young sometimes. It's fine.
You need at least 3 of them to do that.
I also want to take a moment to promote Audio Mazes as well. I found out the other day that I am in, last week, that I'm in 2 additional Audio Maze upcoming productions. And they have been really good to our cast. You know, our cast, many of us are in their productions. I adore the organization. They're very sweet, and they have done a lot of good in the world, and they are trying to like take a stance against AI and take a, you know, and make as much positive content as they can. A very difficult thing to do in modern society and earn any amount of money. So I
Well, they
value
also try
them
to
and
pay
appreciate
fairly
them.
too, which is a
And they
Yeah.
do they pay fairly. They, you know, updated
Yeah.
contracts and everything else. We all get paid the same amount depending on what role you do. There's no gender gap in our pay, which is another thing that is really common in audiobook narration and voice acting, is that men are often paid more. They endeavor to ensure that we're paid by role. That is, it's all just really spectacular, and I appreciate them so much.
Yeah.
I also, by the time this comes out, I'm sure this will have already happened, but there is a very good chance I will be at PAX U, whether or not I am running games. But I was likely approved. It's not official yet, but I was likely approved to run games at PAX U as a storyteller. So if you are going to Philadelphia in November, and want to play a prequel of Convergence, the game that we're playing now, the Punch and Roll for Initiative game, I have run this once before with a group of authors, and I will be running it multiple times while I'm in Philly, PAX U. So if you want to sign up for
So
that,
basically,
you can look online.
if they would like you as their dungeon daddy,
Yeah. If you want me to be your dungeon papa, then
He's
you
out on
can
loan.
you can request it. It'll be online in like late September at some point. So, okay. With that in
So
mind,
we're all getting tickets to that and going, right? We're all gonna...
if y'all come to Philly, I will get tattoos with all of you. I will warn you, it's the same weekend and location as the marathon, and the Philly subways do not work right now. They are not funded. So,
Tegan and I are like, no thanks.
yeah, y'all are in different countries, and I would not blame you for not coming right now.
no, passports are expensive in Australia, unfortunately.
I'm sure I will be in Canada before you come to the U.S., Cleo. It's fine.
Yes, come to Canada.
And then Cleo
If
will
you want
kidnap
us-
you and keep you there.
I was gonna say Zack and Hell will be coming up next summer if you want to sync it up.
That's kind of
and
my
then I'll
plan,
kidnap
too,
all three of
currently.
you at the same time.
That's kind of my plan currently, but
Easier
we'll
for me.
see.
Well, I was there last summer and you didn't say hi. So
What the fuck were you here? How
You
dare you
didn't say
cross
hi.
my border and not
You
tell me?
went there.
Remember, I sent you a
You
picture
should've said
asking if
hi.
everything had signs with French on it, and you said no, only in Quebec. And I was
Wait.
like, oh, okay.
You, oh,
Yeah, see?
that's embarrassing. You should feel bad.
There was no idea that context might be needed
Not,
anywhere.
not even
in
a
that
single
conversation.
moment was she like, "Oh, we should hang out." She's like, "Oh, Rhodey's in my country." Whatever.
No, I.
No.
In
no,
all fairness,
no,
I was only in
even worse than
layover.
that.
I was.
Oh,
it was-
yeah.
Saw the-
It was.
even
It was
worse than
me
that. Cleo
going
saw
to
the picture
Italy.
And went, Rhodey went to Google and found a picture of like Canadian signs and sent it to me.
No, I
that's
think I was
so
in
funny.
Toronto. I can't remember, but I was at the airport and I was going to
Rodifer.
Italy. And I just had to give you a hard time. Sorry.
Didn't even try. This is. I feel like somehow this is Rhodey's fault.
It's always my fault.
I think you're right.
It's not your fault, Rhodey.
I'm kidding. I love you. Okay, let's jump in with a quick recap. Our heroes have become well divers officially before a kind of incident happened that led them to flee the capital city of Pilgrimage and head south. Along their way, they met a trio of interesting friends. They've had an adventure in the ethereal plane, hunting down Tarakan, Redvald's son. They have now fled south and ran into what has become known as the Wall to them, a bio-organic creature series of long tube worm-like things that had every intent of trying to swallow them as they crossed the Wall. And as they headed south, they found themselves beneath the island of the island nation of Luxus. Luxus is Raziel's home. And as they were approaching, they were trying to figure out a way to move up stealthily. And I don't believe you have officially decided exactly how you want to get up or how you want to get up there. But as you got closer, you saw a couple of things happen. One is it looked like some sort of a defense system activated and shot a blast into the water a good distance from you. Not anywhere close to you, but it did kill something in the water some distance away from you. Actually, several things. Two, you see a number of airships moving in and out of Luxus, which has never happened in Raziel's lifetime, not that he's aware of. And they all had a symbol that looked familiar to Iris, because it is related to her youngest daughter, Charlotte. And as you were approaching, you saw in the distance there was an elevator-like thing that has been created that was moving up and down. It doesn't seem to have any tethers or any kind of holds onto this island, but you do see what appears to be a metallic-looking platform that goes up into the air and comes back down, almost like a cargo container that is moving up and down as you get closer.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did we or did we not see that there were lasers on the ships, or they shot something out of the air with a laser?
They shot something in the water with a laser, but it came off the side
that's
of the
right,
island.
That's right. Because I'm like, why did I make a reference to these ships have frickin' lasers?
Yeah, and it didn't come out of the airship. The airships are a little more simple than that. Most of them are kind of like in the image you
talked
see on the
about, like,
screen, kind of like balloon-like airships. And there is a
Talk
large,
about how it looked like they were moving cargo or something. Isn't that right?
yes,
moving
they're
equipment or something?
the airships are moving. They're like very clearly transport vehicles. They're being used to
yeah,
do something, move something from one place to another. And I mentioned they were headed to the northeast from here. The Harpy Pick has made herself small in the ship, underneath the ship. She's actually gone down below deck and hid down there with the door open so she can talk to you, but she is hiding down there. The rest of you are on the bow of the ship looking in the distance at the shoreline, where you can choose kind of your approach in going here. You know that Raziel is banned from returning home, or he's exiled. Banned is maybe the wrong word, but he was exiled.
Yeah, exiled's probably better.
Well,
And
exiling and banning is pretty much the same thing, isn't it?
yeah,
One's more dramatic.
Well, here's the thing. The expectation is that I'm dead. So it's not like you can't ever come back. It's when you land, you're just gone now. So
they did.
So
He did
there's
describe
no
having
legally
a
binding.
This
wording.
is just for Cleo. Raz did tell us that in losing to Pick's mum, because he damaged his wings, his dad ritually removed his wings and threw him off the island.
think of it as
Devastating.
like the Japanese seppuku. Like it's a shame ritual. So the shame ritual was my father cut off my wings and basically kicked me off the island. So the expectation is that this happens with everyone who is not perfect anymore. And the expectation is when you are off the island, you have no wings to save yourself, so you're gonna die. And I just happened to survive the fall. Don't know
So
how.
he basically
and, yeah.
comboed This Is Sparta and the Game of Thrones Moon Dorgy.
Okay.
As-
Zuko fell through the moon door and
yeah, there you go. As you're approaching, you see that you still have enough time to kind of decide your approach here. There's the direct approach of the like cargo like elevator that will take you up very clearly to the island state. And for what it's worth, Raziel, you would know that the island is only about an eighth of it is made up of the city-state of Luxus. The rest of the island is like farmland, natural resources, people who kind of live outside of society but are still members of the First, for whatever reason, may live outside of the city. But the city-state itself is the only real civilization on the island. There's a lot of other, trees and mines and caves and things like that, but the island itself is only really inhabited within the city-state. And so the elevator goes right up to the city-state's port, which again is something you've never seen before. They've never allowed people who couldn't fly to come into
Right.
the city-state. And now clearly there are airships and an elevator, which had previously not existed. Oh, and one last thing. The room that you were told to protect most was this solarium that had a crystal in it, a large blue crystal. And it has never been exposed. It has always been covered, protected. That was the thing that you were told is the power source for Luxus. It is to be protected. And the thing that you can see from the distance even is that the crystal itself is exposed, that it is the solarium is open. And for some reason the crystal is able to be seen. Likely the reason these laser-like devices have been installed, because they were also not here previously. What would you guys like to do?
Was Iris there for the sharing of trauma and backstory of Pick and Raz?
Yeah, you were.
Yeah. I think maybe right after that, Iris would have said, well, I know I'm going up there because my daughter's there, and it's been a damn long time since I've seen her, but I wouldn't ask either of you to go back up. If this is where we part, it seems like, barring what you've shared, it seems like a nice place, good views and such. But I wouldn't want to put you both in a position that endangers your life.
Well, I don't really have much of a life anymore.
But I wouldn't want to put you both in a position that
Well, I don't really have much of a life anymore, but Pick will definitely die if she's found.
From the cabin, just you see her nodding. Yeah.
There's no way she should go. It's very odd. I need to go.
Oh, we lost stream.
shit.
So
Hang on a second.
Nice to see it.
It's coming back.
it's.
I know
still up.
we froze for a second.
Refresh and it's back.
Okay.
It is
Sure.
it is still
Oh,
down
yes.
on Twitch, so give it just one more second.
I'm watching it.
Really?
It's back for me now too. Just
Yeah.
it's a
Oh.
refresh thing, I think.
Weird. Okay.
It keeps
It keeps buffering. Yeah. It says it's sending data, which is not a good sign.
Marie, your message.
Hi, friends.
The internet is a series of tubes. No,
I'm
it's a
really,
series of tube
I'm really
words.
bad. I read
Alright, back
Chaos's messages.
Ooh.
I can smell y'all, and I'm like, wait, what?
I can smell
Marie,
you.
I hope you appreciate this. Your spirit animal to me is Gur from Invader Zim.
Oh, it has been so long since
Oh
I
my
have
God.
seen that, but
The
also
Doom song,
it fits.
I feel like is totally Marie as Kaida. Like doom da doom
Yeah.
doom doom. It's like super adorable, but like I want to destroy
I
the
gotta go
world.
kill something
Yeah,
now.
exactly. Sorry.
All right, we are back
This is
up.
honestly how I am in my day job too. Y'all done pissed me off. I'm gonna come in here with a smile though.
Everybody's scared because she's extra sweet. It's like, oh God, what's going on?
All right, we are
Wait.
back live again. You guys
I
are
think-
facing the island. I will say, like, you guys can roll perception checks, anything you want to do. I don't want to interrupt, like, how you want to kind of approach this, but I want to give you a chance to think of. Go ahead.
I
Raz,
think Raz's familiarity with the island is something he would have to acknowledge and offer to the team. So I just gotta figure out how Raz is going to approach this. Actually approach it physically. Like how is he going to? Is he just gonna walk up? I gotta figure out if I can do a disguise. I'm thinking of my old character too. I'm trying to. This guy doesn't disguise like my old one does.
An old
Emmy's
crazy
looking,
man.
well,
Emmy's
Raz.
looking at the elevator
Mm-hmm.
because I rolled a 22, my perception
Yeah.
check, because I'm like trying to figure out like what like it's clearly a goods and services elevator, but like what kind of stuff is like what kind of people are going to it? What can I see? What kind of people are using it? Or to give us like some context, like are we going to get in this or do we need to sneak in this?
Yeah.
Because
okay.
if I don't have to climb something where I can inevitably die, that would be nice.
Redval, go ahead and say what you were saying, and I will tell Mania what she sees in a second.
Raz, when we were down the well and we spent a literal hour deciding which of 5 doors to go through, you charged forward, decided, and we went through, and that turned out okay. After some things happened, but it all turned out fine. There have been many occasions where you have just led the way with confidence, and it's been fine. So I say, just go. We're behind you. Everything will be fine.
Okay. Raz will appreciate that.
Tegan, Emanaya, because I said it wrong last time. Emanaya, looking at the elevator, the thing that you notice is that it's not being regularly used. It's not like flying up and down, right? Like it's not just like constantly up, down, and up and down. It is actively right now. It's just sitting there. You do see with a 22, you see tracks that lead up to the elevator because it's along a beach, And so you can see like this, like, it's weird. Our stream is being odd.
I'm glad we're all distracted by the chat.
I don't know what's happening. If you're looking in the distance and you see what look like, treads of some kind, whether it's wagon or otherwise, some kind of treads leading up to this metallic-looking elevator. The elevator seems to be made out of almost like a bronze-like metal, and it's very, very big. It's the only reason I said cargo elevator is because it's way too large for just people to stand on. There are two winged guards who are wearing a goldish kind of bronze-like looking armor, standing in front of a gate that clearly goes onto it that they're able to open. Within this thing, you see a few like. If you've ever seen like a big cargo elevator before, it has like a few like storage areas on it, including like when I say a big, like if you can imagine, what is the 18-wheeler thing called? Anyway, it's got like a big container on it, and then like a few like smaller containers along the side that you could probably hide among. It looks like the intent, the way it's laid out with a 22, it seems like what's happening is that they likely aren't bringing the vehicles on. They're likely unloading everything onto the cargo elevator and then taking it up and then bringing it back down. And you can, I think, surmise based on that there's probably not roads in Luxus because everyone has historically been able to fly. So they have nowhere to put wagons. There would just be no use for them.
That has really cool implications about, like, the urban planning of the city.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Cool.
Trust me, we've
talked
already
about
been
that
there
a little bit.
last
Nice.
week.
We
This
talked
is
a
good.
little bit about how there's no safety rails. There's no.
The houses are all on stilts.
Yeah.
There's no
res is
Nothing
gonna-
ground
accessible
access
because
often.
they get thrown off the side of. Oh, dark.
Most things are
The way Kaida's gonna get up there and just immediately put her toes on the edge and look over.
So we're not in the middle of the ocean. We're by a beach, like by a.
You were
landmass?
heading toward the beach. That would
Okay.
take you up. Either the elevator to go up into the city, or there are a bunch of islands that kind of like. The whole thing's suspension is strange because it's just floating in the air. And there are a couple of different pieces of it that are kind of hanging in the air as well. So you could potentially, if you had some method of flying, jump between these little islands to try to like get up to it. The Harpy was offered the opportunity to be turned invisible and fly up, and she was like, no way. Mostly just because she is terrified of the idea of getting murdered. She watched her mother, potentially die here.
Does she want to just stay on the ground?
She would very
But
much
the
like
other
to do
thing
that.
is, I think
Would
it was
she?
it would be
touched on-
safest.
That's
to
not
I think
not
it was
be
touched
there.
on as well
Yeah.
that they seem to have some kind of like magical sight to see through like invisibility and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does not, and to be fair, she just assumed that. She does not know, but Pick has no idea. But she is scared of the kind of like, boogeyman
Proximity.
tales she's heard of. Yeah,
Yeah.
being close to this area. This is a place she watched her mother pass away, which she told you guys earlier. She is just in general scared that they have more technology, more eyes, and it's also, it doesn't look like she's used to it looking because she's done raids here before. Just like
Right.
the first have done raids on their area, and or even just scouting. I don't even think I would call it raids. It was more like there were scouting attempts that were met with force, and it was scary for her. And so she is just in general not excited about the prospect of having that happen again.
Well, logic kind of dictates that if they've got, well, Raz said before that they've been really insular and keeping everyone out. The fact that they have
Trying to
an
think.
elevator that
So-
takes good.
Raz is committed that he is going.
Oh, I don't know if you could hear
Are
Tegan.
we?
Tegan
You can
was
hear
speaking.
Oh no, I can't hear it all.
What?
Oh,
She got quiet for
Tegan,
me,
we
but I
can
can
hear
still
you.
hear her.
Yeah, we could hear you,
wait,
but you were
why,
quiet.
Why am I quiet?
I don't know. Your thing got really loud for a second, and then it got really quiet. It was weird.
Mine.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. Mine, for me, it was Rhodey.
Was
Oh.
really quiet. Maybe you get. I
Rhodey
don't know.
got this real like
Already
loud.
just refreshed.
All of a sudden.
I don't know. He just refreshed.
Sorry,
something.
well,
And
can-
Tegan's very
Tegan.
low.
continue.
I haven't touched anything.
No, you're fine.
I think Riverside's just being a bit
Yeah, because it had Marie blow up earlier,
Yeah.
and now I can't hear her at all.
Yeah,
didn't say
no, I
anything.
can't hear.
Yes, she did.
No, she goes.
Oh, sorry. I was actually muted. So that was all.
Hell yeah.
This is so
Am
fun. I
I
love this
still-
rest.
Am I still low or?
You sound a
I
little
think
better.
you're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, you're fun.
I mean, I can turn my gain up even more, but I'm really worried that. That's
Fine.
You're going to come back
It's
through
okay.
and you're
That's
going to
okay.
own it.
We got to get in one room someday.
Anyway,
One day.
what I was saying was that it, they had been very insular, according to Raz, but the fact that they have goods means at some point they've realized they're not getting enough or not getting what they need from the island, so they need stuff from the outside world. I mean, if we're concerned, we could always pretend we're traders of some kind and
Understood.
hide Raz and Pick in our goods.
I'm just gonna say right now, Pick going will get Pick killed. If
should
she's
stay
spotted
here
at
and
all, she will be murdered.
Like,
so-
Pick and Red stay behind and guard the ship.
I
And the
agree.
rest of
You
us
saw
get
the
to go
tension between
upstairs.
me and her. Imagine an entire island sees one of her. It will just be a quick execution, and then she'll
Oh,
be
I
dead off the island, and we'll
complete-
be fine.
I completely understand that, but at the same time, it's been a number of years, and you also said that they didn't like people coming here at
I mean,
all.
I'm not gonna fight this. I don't care if the harpy dies.
I think
I'm just letting you know.
at
If
the
you
same
like
time,
this
Damn it,
creature,
Red.
behind
chances
protecting the
are
ship.
she will not last long.
the Harpy will stay on the ship with Red, with Scarlet. BD, if you'd like to come with us, I think it'd be great for you to come and join us.
Did somebody
They
ever
stay
untie
down here
BD
with
from
the
the wheel?
No, I'm still tied up over here. It has been I got to tell you, I'm a little sore. I'm into it, but I am a little sore. So if y'all can maybe get me undone.
Of course, dear. The Harpy will stay with the ship, with Red, with Scarlet. We will go up. My daughter invited us here. Those are her airships, or at least she's had a part in them. We go up, I'll connect with her, and we'll all be fine.
Well, I
And
suppose
the
that's
Iris
overcomplicating.
genuinely believes that.
I suppose that, any plan to, sneak up there is overcomplicating it if you've been invited.
I think I've been invited. Yes. And
Wait. When you say you think you've been invited,
well,
have you
it was a
actually been
sound in my
invited, or is-
head. I think it was her. It sounded just like her. And she was she needed some kind of help, and she said to come here, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to see her again. It's going to be wonderful. And there's only one way in. If you try and sneak, you'll just offend them. It's
Can
best
you
to be
communicate
upfront
back?
and respectful. It was a bit ago. I don't.
I mean, we're
I
closer
could
now,
try,
though.
and then she focuses really hard. All right, I think I've done it. I think we're good.
Well, the only reason is if we can communicate back, we can get a bit more clarification.
Do you have one of those fun little stones?
I look at Beryl.
What kind of stone are you looking for?
Apparently, it's
Uh,
just a
sending
little
stone,
one.
I'm
You
assuming.
speak into it, and then the
Oh,
others
I
can
don't
hear it, but
believe.
it's from a ways
I
away.
don't believe he has a sending stone.
I don't think he does.
He has a garnet.
Plus,
All stones are the same.
the sending stones will be a little bit like you can't just dial up any sending stones. One, they get paired. The only way, if I even had one, would be if they had the corresponding one. So it wouldn't really work. Sorry.
Even the best twist.
I was so confused at first. I was like, "Wait, that's Beryl!" Oh my god! No, that was so good.
Yep.
She's like, "Oh, thank you, Beryl. That's very enlightening." And she was midway through, like grabbing and shaking Garnet just gently, like, "Can you talk to Charlotte?
Rock, speak.
Call Charlotte."
Oh my god!
Oh my
it's,
god.
it's the little old lady trying to figure out a mobile phone or a
Yeah.
It's not working.
This one doesn't.
He doesn't even
Alexis!
The old
He
doesn't
one
even
does.
have a
How do,
sending
how do
stone.
I call grandson?
Call granddaughter.
Alexis,
Well, but I
call
think we're good to
granddaughter. Whatever.
She'll walk over to Pick, and I think after having heard the trauma, if Pick would allow, she would have offered her a hug, because like the thought of losing her daughter is terrifying and awful, and she can only imagine losing a mother in that fashion. And so if Pick accepts it,
like she's in the when you walk in, she like does that thing where she's kind of like, well, what are you doing? What? And like as she sees that you're like holding out your arm, she like moves back out of the door frame. But then whenever she's over there, she kind of like waves you over with her foot to like move closer and give her a hug. She doesn't want the others to see it. And she leans in. She can only stand up if she has one leg down. So she wraps one of the legs around you. And as you're hugging her, she leans in and she says, "Thank you for calling me Pick instead of just the heartbeat. A lot of people see who I am more than see that I'm a person."
Excuse me, your name is Toes.
Kaida's like snuck in.
Look,
I told you guys Toes is good people.
I've always called her Pick too.
I hate and love her so much.
so good.
The whole most like
She's
yeah.
one of the best.
If you hear that I should run, escape, please tell me. And I don't want to die here.
You won't, darling. And she's gonna hand her like a pile of her hard candies, the good berries, because those are a full day's of worth of food.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You're going to stay here. You're going to lay low, and if shit hits the fan," and she weighs her options
Throw
for
the
a second.
candies at him.
she weighs her options like, how much does Beatty love this ship? She could tell her to just get in it and go, but also they have freaking laser beams. So I don't know. She's just it would be a
Freaking laser beams.
Last week, she really freaking loves this ship because we weren't allowed to try and turn it into a hot air balloon. That's how much she loves this ship.
That's fair. She does love her water vessels.
She accepts them and kind of just like sits down on the bed, and she starts looking around for like you realize as you're looking at her that she's trying to figure out like, what am I gonna do? And she sees in the corner that that Tarvin has a pile of his romance novels that he's been reading, and his like research novels, but he keeps them separated. They're like indexed by like order of whether he's read them or not. Some of them are color coded, some of them are by topic. And she looks over at him and she goes, "Well, I haven't read the Minotaur one yet. I'll do that one."
Is Tarvin still here?
Tarvin is.
Yes, he is.
Tarvin has every
Which
intention
is
of going
why-
with you unless you stop him.
Bitch.
Which is
okay.
why I'm actually going to go over to Tarvin.
Okay.
Because Beryl and Iris doing the whole, Garnet, do the thing. It has made me realize as well that Tarvin is also, spelly, book smarty kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like going to kind of saunter over to him, walk over.
Sure.
You seem to be a spellcaster as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Do you know how to make a sending stone or something like that? That way we could easily communicate from up there down here, if we need to.
He checks.
Did I give him a sending stone?
It's
I
more.
don't trust this man.
He did save.
He
him
did
and I
save me,
once.
so this is why Emmy's a little bit more like
This is fair.
chill with it.
Give me 1 sec. I gotta double check what he can do. I gotta look up his sheet. I don't think so. But
Because I had thought if you're down here with BD's ship, you guys can, if you need to, can get away and be safe, rather than, just hanging out here on the shore where anyone could come across you guys.
he can help. he can help. Hang on.
Oh.
He can, not with a sending stone, but he could help hide her if necessary. He had every intention of going with you. He was excited to go up into the...
He can use his words
Sorry,
to
no space
communicate
for
that.
cowards.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh,
did
Rissy's
she
so
say that?
mad.
Did she say that out loud?
Yeah, I like it.
I love it so much.
I was
mean,
re-listening to the first couple of episodes, so it's just really close. He abandoned his crew and
unfortunately,
left.
Emmy's got a different
He
thing,
did.
so
He
she's
did
like,
run away.
That's so good.
I
He will actually.
apologize.
You watch as you're doing this as he realizes he might be getting stuck here, and he changes his form and he looks like a Pick. And as he does that, he looks at you and he says, "I can't emulate the voice, at least not well. Try. But I can at least help diffuse some of the pressure on Pick. If she were spotted, there would be 2 instead of just 1.
I mean,
I feel like if Raz saw this, he would acknowledge that 2 harpies is not better than 1 in this environment.
Then he changes into a first. He doesn't have wings
That's
because he
better.
doesn't know what your people look like. But
Right.
he looks like you, paler
He knows
skin,
what Raz
white
looks
hair.
like.
He gives it wings, but they're definitely not right because you know what they look like. He's just never seen a first
Right.
before.
they're dragging
And
wings
so
instead
they're
of,
just
feathers.
they're just like too small. He has like little bitty wings. They're just like tiny.
He's like a cupid.
He's like a cupid, yeah. He looks like looks like you except a little bit skinnier and maybe a little bit taller, but he's got little cupid
Yeah.
wings. And
That's
he
amazing.
he says, I also can't do your voice, but I can look like a first and I can pretend to have captured her if necessary. I can do any form really within this kind of, as long as it looks somewhat humanoid.
Like they used to say, 2 birds in the party is better than 1 in the boat.
Would it be redeeming for you, Raziel, to have captured a harpy, or would she be at risk if we were to play that route?
We don't take a lot of hostages. So I think Raz is going to look right at Pick and just say, "Stay underneath. Do not come out for any reason."
She just
And
kinda
it's
nods.
basically the acknowledgement is I think most of you guys can tell. I don't know, you tell me, Ethan, but like humans don't pose that much of an issue for Raz. I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot of hostility towards them, but obviously a harpy brings it out. So I feel like they're safer just being assumed human or humanoid than to be harpy at all.
Yeah, I mean the way you were raised is that you never saw another species of person or creature until you left, until you were exiled. When you were
Right, but I'm
thrown
saying,
from
like,
Luxus.
Like the inherent rage of the harpy, like towards the harpy, is there, but it's not
Right.
the same towards others. So
I think it's fair to say like your only experience with other species would have just been like harpies, and only from the extent of like we kill harpies. Like you were raised in a militant, like
Right.
they are evil, we kill them kind of position.
Iris will go to Beryl, and I think he was the one who might have had them. All the stuff we got from the fish person vendor in the tunnels. I go,
I think he does. I think I had them, but I gave them to him.
excellent. Whoever's got them, Iris will collect all of it, and set it with Pick, and be like, some people seem to think this could help either breathe underwater or do a bunch of other shit. If shit hits the fan, water might be your best bet. Pop a bunch and then run. It won't get to that. Stay hidden. We'll be back in I don't know how long. Realistically. And then Iris will start. If we can get to the elevator, she wants to see Charlotte. She's gonna start going.
Okay.
Kaida's
I mean,
with
the-
her. Kaida's like, "You got an invitation. Your girl needs some help. Let's go."
Yeah, you're
you
like
see
the boat beaches as you're like getting to this conversation. Beatty will follow you. The only decision I need from you guys is, you said Scarlet, Red, you want to leave them behind. Are you leaving Tarvin? Are you leaving all three of them behind as well?
Tarvin can come.
Iris walks
Cleo, you
without
can-
a care about him.
Iris, you can feed him to a guard if you want. Like you know. Also,
If he comes, he
I just
comes.
want to say, as Kaida to Tarvin, I want you to do me next. I want to see you
Whoa.
turn into me.
Oh,
Don't take that out of context.
I think that gives Iris to stop a little bit. Let me finish your sentence.
he does. He
The
turns
world needs to
into
guide
you,
us.
and including your armor and everything, and all of your weapons on your back. He has all of them, and he kind of like tries to walk like you. Clearly not doing the best job, but he is trying to look like you. He's clearly able to do this multiple times. You're not even sure how many times per day, but he seems like he's just able to kind of change form, seemingly at will. And he begins to move after you and follow you toward the thing in your form. He realizes as you kind of get within eye shot of the car, the elevator, that maybe it's not a good idea to have two identical people coming up to this. So he,
But also, I look good in armor, thanks.
right,
be
he
twins.
kind of shape changes
They
back
could be
into
creepy
his
twins.
normal form. It's true. Go ahead.
The only thing I'm just gonna say before we leave, considering how many empty ships we saw floating around the wall, it would be prone to think that there are probably raiders and opportunists that traverse the coastline to see what they can get from the empty ships. So maybe just having an empty ship sitting here, just I look at like Red and Pick and stuff, and I'm like, maybe just be careful and expect the unexpected. I guess I don't really know.
I have a
I just-
question for you, Ethan.
Yeah.
As a player, so Raz is not gonna want to just walk in there.
Sure.
Is there any way he can get a cloak or something to kind
You
of hide
guys
his identity?
have enough gear, and also like if again, if you're leaving Red behind, Red has a whole like cloak and face cover you could wear. It's red. But you could very easily throw. He has a full-size cloak and a full-size face cover to cover up that he's an automaton.
Right.
So if he's staying behind, you can definitely borrow that.
I also have a very large cloak that could help mask your dimensions there, Raz.
You might just be able to hide under it while he wears
Have you
it.
guys
God,
seen the
it's like a trench
Obi-Wan
coat.
series?
clothes. No.
If you guys have seen the Obi-Wan series, the first visual I got is when Obi-Wan's got little Leia under his giant jacket and they're walking out of the Empire stuff. That's exactly what I envisioned.
That's great.
Daddy Redbald with little Raz hiding in it.
Well, whichever one of those you want to use is fine. Just tell me
I think-
which one.
I think Red's costume would probably be a good take then. So he can actually, because the problem is the eyes are the tell for Raz.
Mhm.
So a face mask would be.
You just need
Really good.
sunglasses.
I know, I thought about that too, but yeah, if that's available, then I'll switch to looking like that then.
I will share, like, Tarvin is coming unless you stop him. The other two, Red and
What?
whoa. Wow. Okay.
Sorry.
Somebody.
Well, he did
engine
Marie
quick.
first, all right, or Kaida first. So
Somebody call him a bad boy and tell him to stop. He has every intention of following you, Jesus Christ. But Red and Scarlet are less interested necessarily. So if you want to leave them behind, they will stay. If not, they will join you. It's up. Yeah, I'm leaving it up to you guys if you want them to come or not.
Personally, I think they should stay with Pick just in
Okay.
case.
Yeah.
And they'll stay. All right.
Yeah.
Then the lot of you start to approach this very large cargo elevator. The guards who are standing near it look bored, but they also have seen you coming for some time because as the boat got close enough to beach, like they looked in your direction and were prepared for you. So as you approach, you see the two of them. One of them has dark sclera and like greenish eyes, and the other has like dark sclera and kind of like yellowish eyes. But outside of that, they largely look a lot like a lot like Raziel does. They are large. They have very pale skin. They have big wings, like big white wings that you see. And the two of them are standing in this kind of like bronzish, like gold-looking armor, and they each are holding a spear at their side. And as you approach, you hear one of them say, "Delivery?"
Yep. This is the way to go, right? And let's go.
What are you delivering?
We're delivering help
And
to
Emmy in
Charlotte
the
McGugan.
background just face palms, by the way, because she's like, we should have discussed this.
Iris will step forward. We've been summoned by Charlotte McGugan. We're delivering some help to her.
Oh, the princess. All right, of course. Please. And they.
I like to think that was Iris's actual reaction.
It was. That was completely Iris. I'm just eyes wide in and proud mama.
Well then.
Thank you. And then she walks on because her daughter's a princess.
Kaida
Yeah,
just like scurries after her.
it seems like the
Mama,
name, the given name, seems to have like basically just allowed all of you entry. All of you are welcome to walk on. I do need a deception check from Raz with advantage because you have a big heavy cloak on. But they are looking at all of you to try to see like what you're doing.
He's not a
I don't know if y'all can
person,
see my
some
rolls or
possums
not.
in a coat. He likes to say it's Gucci, but he got it from a goat.
Roll again.
All right, 13.
Oh.
With advantage. Oh, 13.
13.
Okay. Unfortunately, the stream can see my rolls, so I can't fudge them. So,
We're not watching stream, just lie to us.
right. As you all are approaching, one of the guards does reach out to scoop your hood back, Raz, as you're walking up, and catches just enough of the look in your eyes to see that you are a first, because you guys have pretty recognizable eyes.
Yeah.
And so he scoops up your thing just fast enough to see that you're one of the first, and he says, "Are you reporting back for duty? Who are you? What legionnaire are you responsible for? Who do you belong to? Who do you report to?"
I'm with agriculture. I just had to make a quick trip, and I'm just moving through. I don't know who these nuns are.
Flat deception, please.
Yep.
This is an insight check this time.
21.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
As you say this, they look at each other and they start talking. And they say, "I didn't think agriculture had anyone out." And they said, "Shouldn't have." They, go ahead. And they start to have a conversation between the two of them as you move up. You also, Rez, realize you've never been on. They haven't had an elevator here before, and it seems like they expect you, having been a first who is from agriculture, to know how to use this elevator. And as you walk up, it has a like wide panel like device looking in front of you. But outside of that, you just see storage bins. What do you do?
Wait, can Iris help with something?
Yeah.
She can. First of all, can she clock this?
Yeah. Your passive insight is what? Like, pretty high.
Decent.
I think
Yeah.
you
She's
and
a girl.
Emanaya can both probably clock this. Both of you have pretty high passive insight.
Iris will intentionally walk in front of Raz and then stumble and trip and fall, hoping that, and then like, oh, she's kind of hamming it up, and look up to him to help her, to
Okay.
occupy him enough that they feel obliged to do the thing because he's occupied helping the old lady.
Okay. Roll a performance check.
Okay, let's see how this goes. Skills. Performance.
Iris,
I'm on the ground here. What's up?
do you think that maybe, just maybe, you should tell them that you're the mother of the princess?
Oh, I was going to wait for it to come up, but yes, I could do that. As she's on the ground. She's like whisper talking over you as she's like, oh,
She's just laying there.
Okay.
That's an 11. Dude.
Yeah, and their insight roll is high enough to clock that like the fall was weird, and so you recognize this immediately as they kind of like walk over and they go, "Are you okay?"
I would be.
All right, Raz is gonna chime in. He's gonna quickly see that they're, I assume, notice that they're being suspicious. He's gonna reach down, help her up, and
Thank
like
you,
quickly,
Shaq.
not like gently, because she's not a first, so he's not going to be courteous. He's not acting as Raz. He's acting as a first right now.
Emmy is getting more and more.
They don't
like,
respect
horrified.
non-first, so
Emmy
he's
is
gonna
just getting more and
lift
more
her
like,
up.
why are we making this a farce? She just like looks and she's like, yes, unfortunately, we're not the first. We can't fly, so we had to come through the wall. And I don't know if you've been out there. It's kind of terrifying. So Iris is, look, she's known to enjoy a little bit of a drink. So we didn't want her to meet her daughter drunk, but we're really, really sorry.
Roll a deception check. I'm not giving you advantage because the part that you're lying about is that she's drunk, not that she's her daughter.
That's a 7.
Oh no!
That's a
Kaida
sad.
chimes in and Kaida's like, yes, yes, the mother of the princess is on the floor. Let's.
Iris is still waiting to be helped up.
They're all so
I
they're getting
yanked you
so
up.
confused.
Oh, thank you.
One of them grumbles to the other one about something under his breath, and he kind of like playfully pushes him back. And when I say playfully pushes him back, like he knocks his ass to the ground, like back in the distance. Like it clearly was meant to be playful, but he put him on the ground when he did it.
All right, when this is happening though, sorry, can Raz like lean into the other first?
Please
kind
make
of
another roll.
I will, but separating himself from the groups like visually, and be like, "Can you help me get this elevator up as soon as possible? I don't want to be with these people as long as I have to, or any longer than I have to."
Okay. He was actually headed to do that. So as you said, he's like, "Yeah, I understand." And he walks over and he places his hand on the elevator, and as he places it down, anybody particularly observant, which I assume would be with all of you kind of like looking around, you can all kind of see it. He has something around his wrist that he hangs down in front of his palm before he puts it on the elevator panel, and as he does, it activates like a sigil on the like display there, and the elevator starts to move up. And as soon as the elevator starts to move, he unfurls his wings, flaps down, and goes back down to the ground where he knocked the guy down, who stands up and like hucks the spear at him, and they start kind of like
Fun.
kind of like kicking each other's ass down there.
Sparring.
Yeah. But you were on the
Iris
elevator
brushes
with
herself
just a lot of you.
Yeah.
Emmy, I don't drink that much.
Oh, I know. There was a whole thing. I'm aware.
I want Iris and
No, because
Raz when
after
she says that to Emmy to kind of have a look of acknowledgement of, we know someone who does drink that much, because you and I had to walk her home.
I turn around ignoring Raz, and I'm like, look, I know you don't drink that much, but considering, what I saw the other night, apparently we imbibe in cigarettes now.
It's a horrible habit. I do not condone it.
This elevator is moving quickly. A couple of things you notice about it. One, it has a guardrail, which is not something, Raz, that makes a ton of sense for you because your people don't do that. They don't care about that.
Yeah.
It is clearly high enough.
Fighter is hanging over the guardrail. Like,
It's like unreasonably high. Like you would assume they wouldn't want to spend too much material on it. Most people put guardrails kind of lower. This thing is like up
Right.
to most of your chest, except for Redvault, who kind of towers above it.
It's just a normal handrail for
Yeah,
Red.
pretty much. I have to respond to it. I think I'm so sorry.
Fun fact, there's a difference between guardrails and handrails.
Yes. This is definitely not OSHA compliant, but it's like almost over. It's almost like if you can imagine, like they built a playpen for babies. Like they were worried the babies might get hurt.
It's a cage.
ah.
It's a cage.
So as you're going, it is very much like a cage. So as
It's
you're
a
going,
puppy playpen.
Oh my God.
as you're going up, you don't see any suspensions lifting you. It is just taking you up very quickly, floating this random like metallic cage, like basket, like platform that is taking you up. As you reach the top, the gate automatically slides to the side, and you see just a street in front of you that is ornate and clearly has been used recently quite a bit. But you see a number of people flying in the air, flying between buildings, flying between different like jobs they're doing. You see people carrying packages between windows. You see airships above you. Most of the like spatial movement in this place is above your eye line. Like when you come in, you expect in most places when you walk in, like the city streets are full. The ground floor is just empty. There's grass, like beautifully maintained grass, and beautiful flowers and small like shrubs and trees. It's very ornate. And then just kind of a very simple road that looks like it may have just been trod over the last couple of weeks or months. And everyone is above eye line, kind of like moving around and flying around, except for 2 guards who meet you at the top. And similarly, like as you step off, they ask where you're going. One of them turns to the other and says, "We weren't expecting a delivery. Where are you headed?"
Hello, we're here for Charlotte McGugan.
Charlotte.
I'm her mother.
Okay. Do you mean Charlotte Elm?
And then she and she's like kind of fuming of like, why did I not get an invite to the wedding?
Well, to be clear, that was
Like,
that was
wait,
Henry's.
or was
on
this-
the side.
That was Henry's last name. You never took his last name.
Oh,
Some of
yes.
your kids
Oh,
took.
yes.
All of your kids at one time had your last name. This would still be surprising to you because your kids all had your last name, and Charlotte has,
That's
for some reason, now adopted your husband's.
Interesting. Okay. So scrub that reaction.
It's from your
No, it's okay.
backstory, which forever ago.
I forgot his last name was. It's fine.
Iris, like the badass she is, never took her beloved husband's
yeah.
last name.
She loves Henry. Elm just didn't have the right ring to it. But when she hears Charlotte Elm, she has just like a pang of like sadness, but fondness that she is like going after her father's name because she loved Henry and everything like that. She's like, yes, Charlotte Elm.
She is in the palace. I assume we would have to accompany. He's like looking at his like co-guard. Like, do we have to? We would have to
I
accompany.
feel like Raz would have a little like flashback energy here of like his inferior soldiers are not acting accurately. They're very hesitant, and he wants that direct energy. And so he might have a moment of, "This is the queen's mother. Go now."
Princess.
Whatever.
So
Yeah.
that's taking correcting, not in
And so,
character.
yeah. But it's like, you know what I mean? Like he would almost like step out of bounds because
Roll an
been
intimidation
so
check
used
with
to that.
advantage.
okay. Which is good because my intimidation's not bad.
Oh, it's
Roll again.
with advantage. Hey.
17.
Okay. It's contested, but we'll. They rolled. One of them like stands up straighter and he says, "Yes, sir." And he kind of like looks at you for a moment. He's like, "We've been told to just be really careful with the non-first. Whatever. Come on, let's go this way." And the two of them start to lead you through the city. It is a decent walk, like from where you are to. If you look at this kind of like display in front of you, there's a lot of water that's flowing in the capital city of Luxus, in the city state of Luxus, and so it is a couple of miles down this way to walk to the water, where you'll be ushered into a like makeshift boat that will take you across this like waterway to the palace. And as you're going along this way, you notice the buildings are beautifully ornate. They're all clearly designed not at ground level. They're all designed to be so that the airways can move between them. So you notice there's there will be a floor of one building that has no window, and then the next level will have one above it. And so it gives them space so that they're able to get wind and also fly into doors without getting into each other's ways. You notice these massive tunnels that are built within some of the buildings, clearly to give them this ability to be kind of immune to the wind that's up here. And there is a lot of wind up here. You notice as you're moving through, there's a lot of wind tunnels, and you're hearing a lot of wind. You hear a lot of birds and a lot of wind as you're kind of moving through this space. There's a lot of traffic above you. People are shopping and doing tasks, but you do begin to notice pretty quickly that it seems like this city-state is very dogmatically run. It seems like there are people who are on off time and they are doing errands, but everyone else has a job. There are people who are moving packages. There are people who are flying up to assist the airships. There are, people who are repairing things. There are people who are building things. Everyone is busy with a task outside of those who seem to be, the very few of them who seem to be on a limited break. Even the children that you see are in formation moving through the sky. They are flying in order, on beat. You'll see them flying in wing order. So they will they'll all flap their wings at the exact same moment so that they're floating along at the exact same step.
Like flying V's everywhere.
Yeah, basically. You also notice that a lot of people are sparring. A lot of people have are having contest of strength. The children are lined up with a circle of adults around them fighting. And this is not it doesn't seem like this is abnormal or a bloodlust kind of desire. This is a very dogmatically militant society where they are intent on proving who is stronger than who. And as they are kind of as you're moving through this area, one of the last thing you really kind of clicks with you is that there is a lot of infrastructure here for very few people. It seems like their population has either dwindled or that they have maybe lost some people, or just maybe they overbuilt for the expectation they had. You're not sure. Raz, for you, this is like coming home to a home that you haven't been to in a long time, and everything's just a little bit different and it's wrong. The things that you recognize most are, go ahead.
I did have a question, because Raz has technically never really spent much time on the ground. So this would almost be like a new experience, a semi-familiar, right? But he's never walked this way before on his own land. So I was even thinking, looking at the image, I'm like, you talked about a boat. I'm like, Raz's idea of knowing where he's at to where he's going, it's like, oh, it's just over there. But now I'm on feet. So it's like when you go back to some place you've been as a child and then going as an adult, you realize in reverse, it's like that place is much smaller than you thought it was. Now it feels much bigger because he can't just go anywhere.
You're so used to having, it's almost like you used to have GPS and you no longer do. Because in the past you were able to just bird's eye view everything and know where people lived and where different things were and where you were supposed to be. And your days were very, regimented. You were supposed to be in places at certain times and be doing things at certain times. And all of that is familiar to you. But the sensation of being on the ground, and also the fact that you begin to see boats, which there were never boats when you lived here. There are airships above you. There were never airships when you lived here. There are, occasionally you'll see people, humanoids of different types, doing tasks, helping in some way or another. It is very, very rare. You only see maybe 2 or 3 different species besides first while you're moving through the city. But as you draw closer to the city center, you start to see more of them. Very clearly, there is a place in which there is a lot of commerce of some kind happening, and it's across from the palace, where there is kind of a legionnaire of guards that are surrounding the island, protecting the palace itself. But as you are before you're loaded onto the boats, does anyone want to be doing anything or saying anything? I want to make sure and give you guys a chance to talk as you're moving.
I think Raz is just going to be gobsmacked, basically. He's just not really... He's taking it all in and just kind of stunned and surprised and, confused and trying to figure out what's going on, especially with, the first being there so casually.
Yeah.
Can
So-
I sidle over to Raz
Hmm.
and just kind of say quietly, because I don't want to be overheard by the guards? Raz, just in amongst all of this, just in terms of like hierarchy and, you know, militant states and whatnot, exactly what was your family's rank again?
Top.
When you say top, are we talking like king or?
Just under the king.
So we're likely going to run into him seeing the princess.
A family reunion.
I look at Kaida like, bitch, this man ripped off his wings and threw him off an island. This isn't.
Okay, but you know, time has passed. He thought he was dead, and now he's not dead, and so like, maybe it'll be fine. Maybe he'll be overjoyed.
Are the guards still with us?
This is why I'm saying
but
it
I'm assuming
quietly,
they're
like-
far enough in the
Okay,
head that they
because
don't
I was
hear you.
like,
Yeah,
I'd
I'm
be
saying this
side
quietly.
eyeing
I'm not
like
gonna
Kaida,
make
like,
you.
are you serious right now?
Maybe
If
they
you were in
think I'm
enclosed
talking about
space,
Iris
maybe.
and her
Yeah,
family
Glad that
reunion.
Emmy and
Right?
Raz
This
are
is-
both giving Kaida the same look of.
Yeah. The guards,
No,
the
that's
guards
fine.
are
If
also
they can't hear,
flying.
that's fine.
Like they are not walking. They
Yeah.
they
Oh,
are
I see.
flying above you, like guiding you toward the riverway, the like waterway that's in front of you.
So just under the king. So, like technically, you're like a
Well-
lord or something.
Just under the general.
So
But
not
that
like a
was my
prince?
father.
Were you the court jester?
No.
So we're moving further and further down the ranks. So not general. So, like, a lieutenant.
I
or-
was not
Maybe
general.
he's called in sick for today.
But was your daddy?
I. But was your daddy? Daddy. Make it with the roar.
That's a callback.
Well, we
for
can't
us.
fight fate. So whatever's going to happen is going to happen. We'll wrap you up all nice and good. And if there's anywhere else you'd like to go, Raz, to wait, I'm sure it'll take us just a bit of time, and we can always come collect you if you're not comfortable.
Well, I mean,
walking in.
he is agriculture, and I mean, I really want to meet your daughter. I really, really do. But
You'd
considering
love her.
my sister's here somewhere, but
Your
if she's
sister's
agriculture-
here.
Yes, apparently.
Oh shit!
That's
See,
not
more
curious.
family reunions.
You
My
need
memory's going.
But
you
the
need
thing
to
is-
understand the way the ranks work with the first is based on your heritage and your wings. Agriculturals don't have the best wings. So the only way I can explain how I'm hiding it under this filthy cloak is that.
Well, the
But
thing
I don't
is,
know anything about the agricultural side
I
of
know,
this
but
island.
no, if you let me explain, my sister's a druid. She knows nature magic, so it would make sense that she's with the agriculturists, and we don't really want Raz to potentially end up in a bad situation. I mean, unless you want to maybe run into your father, we could.
Emmy,
go
do
and-
you want to run into his father?
You know what?
Raz won't tell us his actual rank. Nobody will tell me what they actually want. I haven't eaten since he told his story on the boat. So somebody get me to a palace and feed me. Or I'm gonna start causing
the
trouble.
issue.
Iris will
Here's a
serve
good bear.
Kaida a berry.
Look, the issue is, unfortunately, I would like Iris to have a good reunion with her daughter, and I don't necessarily want to have to confront what I might need to do. And I would like to find my sister because I haven't seen her in over a year since she went missing. So,
We could split things up.
because nothing bad ever happens from splitting the party, and that's why I'm really.
Well, ideally not.
It's not bathtub time, but like, you know, things are fun.
I just thought it would be a way to keep potential problems out of a nice moment.
Will the Flyboys actually let us split up right now?
They aren't really paying you
I
a
mean,
lot
he
of
did
attention.
say that he was here as an agriculturist to the guards below, so that's easily confirmable.
Yes. Once we get to the boats, you two decide what you'd like to do. If you want to come with us, get on the boat. If you'd prefer to go somewhere else, ask them and go.
I have no idea where I'm going.
My dear Charlotte is also a druid, so she can help, possibly, if she knows your sister. There might be a connection there.
Yeah, but Raz's dad's there, and apparently he's Nightwing, and...
He seems like a right cunt. But, you know, sometimes we have to deal with these people, and you don't, but I will. And, you know, we can circle back to that.
We gotta earn that explicit rating. We gotta get one C word in.
We haven't had any vor or goo in this one.
I
I'm
know
actually,
this one's
really
been
proud of
mildly
ourselves.
pretty mild, minus the coming bit. As you
There is a
Cleo just
slight,
took a drink, man.
sorry.
there is a slight problem. Remember when we were in the tavern and I was like elbow deep inside Scarlet's chest, you know?
That was a good
Um,
one, yeah.
Finish that with chest. I got confused where you were going there.
And then I kind of seemed to do a weird thing and, you know, pull a dagger on Raz.
Yes,
Was that
That's-
weird? I feel like that's pretty normal.
it's a bit on par.
I mean, it's not normal in the academic fields, but the problem with this is part of the deal I've made. One of the more explicit kind of conditions is I have to kill Nightwing.
Yeah.
Guys, like,
Yeah.
it's a Tuesday.
I'm all for killing some people, but I really want to see Iris get to meet her daughter first. And Iris's daughter might be able to help us find your sister, and there might be food in the palace. So I'm just saying we have really good reasons to just see the boat through and go to the palace.
This is true, and all of this is happening as we're like foot.
Yeah, obviously
But we're still like moving.
I was about to say you're basically at the boat, so you kind of have to
Yes.
decide at this point. You were
I-
you were there.
Iris is like, dear Emmy, would it be easier to find your sister after an attempted murder or before? Before, I would assume. I found it easier that way. So you find your sister. We'll do some reconnaissance around the palace. We'll see if his father's still a right twat, and then we'll go from there. I'm just making it all different.
Well, the problem is now, for me, it makes sense to go with you because if your daughter is also a druid, she's going to know where my sister is because chances are they've worked together. So
Then you come with
Then
us.
it's decided. Everybody link arms and let's go.
You're pulling a
So
Raz
Raz,
right
it's
now,
kind of
Tyler.
you. Are you going, Raz?
Yes, you are the only one, Raz. Would you like to stay or go?
Wait, Redwald's going for sure? Okay.
It's up to him.
We have wasted too much time hesitating. Can we?
I
just
just
feel like I
believe
haven't
that
heard
Redvold's
Sharon
been
say
watching all-
anything.
Redvold's been watching all of the sparring and.
That's
all
what I'm
this
saying,
kind
like,
of
I've
shit.
been-
Yeah, he's really
talking, and
excited to
then I'm
fight.
Yeah.
All right, body
So-
bro. To the palace we go.
Redvold has taken his axe off of his back and has been using it as a walking stick the entire time
Amazing.
we've been walking. And yeah, now that we're at a juncture and people are chatting, he looks very impatient. Come on.
It's like
I'm
Raz
glad
being
I've rubbed
facing a
off on you
door,
guys.
apparently.
Yeah.
There's no
Iris gets on the
like
boat.
second guessing with the two guards. They have flown down, pulled a boat over to you, and they're expecting all of you. This is like a passenger river boat. It's wide enough and shallow enough so that it won't easily tip over. So if anyone steps into it, there's not even like you realize like, oh, this is really like easy to just kind of stand in, and then you recognize that there's not sails on this boat. They're going to pull this thing across the water, to the other side. And so as you get to the boat, they kind of like pull the boat to the shore. A little dock that's next to you that was kind of oddly mismatched with the rest of the way this area is built. It's made out of some kind of wood, but it looks like kind of haphazardly built. It's ornate, like somebody who is clearly an artisan built this dock, but it's it's too fancy for a dock, if that makes sense. So they pull the boat up and they just kind of look at all of you like, get on.
Yeah, Iris gets on.
Mm-hmm. Raz goes.
Okay. Tarvin is like actively taking notes this whole time, and he's like drawing the
this guy.
buildings and stuff. And he walks onto the ship as well. As all of you embark, you were pulled across to the other side. And as you get close, a very clearly like a higher ranking officer, Raz, one that you recognize. This is one of the legionnaires, the main. There are 12 of them underneath your father. And this is one of them, one of the oldest ones. As he sees the boat is being pulled, he flies over to the two who are pulling it in the air, and you hear them having a conversation, kind of asking what's going on. And when he hears whenever he hears about Charlotte and the princess, he turns, looks down at the boat, and then turns to fly back in the direction of the palace. And you see him fly into the palace as you guys are being pulled up onto the shore. As you're pulled along up onto the shore, there is on this side, there is no dock. They just pull you all the way up. And it's almost like they're trying to prove how tough they are by pulling the boat as far up as they can. And this thing is heavy. It's a big boat. You realize exactly how heavy it is as they're pulling it up, that they were probably struggling the entire time. And then they get you pulled up as far as they can. They fly down and, help you out. Anybody who, needs the help of the assistance. And they definitely help Iris. And as you begin to walk out toward the palace, you see a beautifully ornate garden, a very large building that above it on the very back end is a large blue crystal, maybe 2 or 3 stories tall, just like floating in the air, slowly spinning, kind of emanating light. And coming out of the building, you notice a few people. The first is the man that you saw who had flown in originally, the Legionnaire that Raz is familiar with. His name is Dalton. He stands to the side as he flies out of the building and just kind of like bows his head briefly and stands back up. Following him is a man who looks strikingly like Raz. He is barely noticeably older. He has a little bit of marking on his face. He has a large scar on one of his cheeks, just underneath his eye. He has, instead of bright blue eyes, he has like kind of darkish purple eyes set in this like, these black sclera so that they glow brightly. As he walks forward, his wings unfurl outside of the door as he like folds them in to go through the door and then folds them back out. They are very wide. They're the widest set of wings that you've seen since you've been here. And his eyes give off this almost kind of ominous glow from the pupils. He has a kind of lightly touched beard and a small bronzish gold crown on his head and an earring hanging from his ear. Raz, you recognize that the earring is an engagement token. It's something that you would give somebody that you're engaged to. As he, you don't know that, Iris.
No. This is something separate. That's a Cleo reaction.
Sure. Sure.
No.
As he walks out,
could I
he's wearing. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Just as they were going, and if Iris had a spare moment on the boat, she would like to, in Thieves' Cant, write a note. And I can send to you what it is, sure. But essentially something she intends to give her daughter.
Okay.
Once she sees her.
Yeah, sure. As you see him step out, he's wearing full like plate armor, like he is fully armored. He doesn't hold a weapon, and he's the only person you've seen since you've been here who isn't holding a weapon, which is interesting. His eyes are stern, but almost kind of sorrowful. As you look at him, it looks like he's one of those people that looks like they've spent the majority of their life frowning. And as he begins to walk out, he steps out and kind of offers his hand back. And behind him, you see a young woman step forward, and it is Charlotte. She steps out. She has kind of ruddy, brownish red hair. She is a round face, and she is also wearing a kind of like goldish, ruddy gold crown on her head. She looks exactly as you saw her last. The only difference is that you see what looks like a like lightning like scar that goes up from her neck into the side of her face. It's almost like whenever something's struck by lightning and it does that like splintering out, you see that she has some sort of effect like that on her neck. And you also see that she is carrying a child. And,
Iris is just gonna sprint up to her.
as you start
Like-
to roll, I'll tell you what, roll an acrobatics check because there are several people who are gonna be like, wait.
Let's go. Okay, acrobatics.
Raz,
Come
if your father marries Iris's daughter, does that make
Nat 20.
Iris your grandmother?
Are you saying I'm my own grandpa? If you know that song. Oh.
Iris
You roll a
There
nat
you
20.
go.
20.
You take off
Plus
so
7.
You take off so fast with a nat 20, a 27. You take off so fast that several guards go to try to grab you, to stop you, and there is no stopping you. You are like bouncing off of their bodies, like sprinting between them, ducking under people. You were so sleek. You actually see that for the briefest of seconds, Adriel looks at you and tries to like, in a defensive position, almost like tries to stop you, and you dart around him before he
I,
can
like,
even
fully, yeah.
react. And he, and then what do you want to do?
Yeah, and then it looks like she's gonna bowl right into them, but she stops immediately and just so gently places a hand on the child's head and on Charlotte's shoulder, and she's just got tears of joy in her eyes. She's like, "Oh, my darlings!" And then she'll just bring them both in for a hug.
She hugs you back and says, "Hi, Ma. It's good to see you."
Oh, it's so good to see you. And this is when she slips the note into Charlotte's hand.
Okay.
Um,
Charlotte,
and-
like,
Yeah.
almost, because you know your daughter so well, you watch her just do that sleeve trick where she tucks it and it slides down into her like robe sleeve, and then you watch as she kind of finagles it down into a pocket, almost just like you've done this a million times. She knows
So
exactly how to
slick.
do this. Yeah.
Mhm.
And she just kind of leans into you and says, I'm glad you came. I wrote you about the child some time ago, but this is Henry."
She just looks, "Oh, hello, Henry." She's just all verklempt and just,
I did spell it differently. I'm sorry.
"That's alright, what did you change? It's a pretty,
It just ends
Common
in an
name.
It ends in an I.
oh, I like that."
It works better in the script of the first. If with a Y, they don't have a Y in their alphabet, so it gets a little weird. The I, it makes it look normal in the script. And
That's
as she's
so-
saying that, you recognize that this baby has wings.
Oh my god. Oh, this-
You begin to realize that your daughter has.
Brother, if his dad is married.
This is so weird now.
I'm sorry. I made this a long time ago.
No, that's great. Ooh.
Tegan, roll a perception check for me as this like family reunion is kind of going on in the background.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
9.
That's a 9.
That's a 9. I think everybody is pretty distracted by all of the guards tripping on their asses and like falling to try to protect, the general of this island, of this city state. And as he realizes who you are, Adriel holds up a hand, and you watch as everyone just freezes. And Raz, I think even you, like within your blood, you feel that reaction of like, I need to freeze and hold still.
I was thinking as soon as I saw the dad, he wouldn't move. He's trying to hide
Yeah.
as much as possible.
Right, and I kind of assumed, but also like the reaction he gave to like everyone to halt, you feel your like nature take over for the briefest of second, and you're like,
Right.
I have to halt even better somehow than what I was doing. He looks to you and he says, Adriel, nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too. And
Charming.
she'll look at the baby Henry, and they share a resemblance.
Yeah, the baby
That's
has
fair.
the baby has your daughter's eyes. Your daughter has kind of brownish eyes,
good.
but they are like almost like humming with energy. The sclera are not black. He has is white sclera. Raz, this also strikes you as incredibly odd because the first do not interbreed with other species. That is a
Right.
big no-no.
I think he would be kind of enraged by it.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his father too. So
As they begin to walk, says like, "If you will follow me, your entire party can join." And he starts to walk you back. He takes your daughter's hand and he reaches out to someone who was standing behind the doorway and takes her hand as well. And as she steps out, you see a young woman who is also human, who has kind of blondish brown hair. And she kind of like puts her eyes down as he reaches out to grab her hand and begins to follow in line. And Imanaya, this is when you very quickly realize from the back of her head, that's Mayhem, your sister.
Fuck.
And that's where we're going to take a quick break, and we will come back right after. So, break screen. We'll see you guys in a minute.
Holy fuck.
Oh.
Okay. That was a
It
quick
hasn't
one, but
been
we're
5
back.
minutes. It doesn't feel like it. That felt.
I don't think it's
flew.
been 5 minutes, but we're all
I don't
back
think
and
so.
we're having conversations about the game that
Is
makes
Marie
sense to
back?
have on
Hold
stream.
on.
She was, but we
Both
can talk
Marie
for
and
a
Aaron
second.
just
She
left.
She is.
So if they've gone, quickly, I'm going to quickly.
Don't
jump past
leave.
them. So
Oh my
Still
god.
here.
I just brought us back. Okay,
Not
hang on.
full
I'll put it.
food.
We're going back
Dang
on
it.
break, everybody. Hang on.
Marie's
Do
gone
that.
too.
We can vamp.
I warned you.
My brother-in-law.
Okay. We're back.
My
The thing
son in
A
law.
true
the thing that we
baddie,
said off
honestly.
stream, the thing that we said off stream is that Adriel, if you're in the Discord, you can see his photo easier. I can zoom in on it here on the stream, but it's going to be hard to see. He is only wearing one engagement earring. The large bronze like thing that he's wearing is an engagement earring that the men wear in this culture, and he only has one. When normally if he were Hi Tux. Normally if he were
Tux
marrying two
speak.
people, there would be two of them. Let Tux speak. But this is
He
Adriel.
looks like he's trying to eat the food out of your hand.
This is Adriel, who has
Rebecca.
large white wings. This is Charlotte, who has the scar, and she's also wearing like a crown-like thing. And she now has the note from Iris. And this is Mayhem, who is Emanaya's sister, that you see from behind, who doesn't seem to have recognized that you guys are here yet, because she was waiting behind the doorway. Okay. With that in mind, jumping back in, you were being guided into a grand hall of this palace. Raz, you have been here many times. It is odd to be in this space. Uh-oh. I lost everybody for a second. Y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
we can hear you.
All of a sudden, I realized that Cleo's face was like this. And I was like, can't be like that
That's my
forever.
natural face.
So, but you've never been in this hall on the ground, and you've definitely never seen your father walking so much. Like he's walking through this massive hallway. In fact, whenever you get to like the ledge that leads up into the next area, there are no stairs that lead up there. And so he takes the two women into his hands, and he flaps his wings and flies them up. And then as he gets up there, it's only about 15 feet up. If anyone would like to try to get up there before some guards take you up, let me know. But otherwise, two guards will fly over to Redvald and start to try to help him up. And then they're going to try to start taking turns. They're going biggest first.
Okay.
Actually, the first, I think one guy tries to do it by himself first. And let's see how he does.
I feel like Raz is really gonna try to avoid this whole situation, though.
Are you going to stay out of the hallway, or what are you going to do?
Yeah, I think he would, because they apparently know he's first. So the problem is, it's assumed he has wings. He doesn't really want his,
the guard at the bottom of the elevator knew you were first. None of the rest have
Yeah.
clocked you yet.
but he also doesn't want to be this close to his dad.
Fair enough.
So it's like. this
So
whole
what are
thing is
you
freaking him
doing
out.
instead of walking through the palace hallway? Are you turning around and leaving, or are you just standing out here?
No,
what are you doing?
I think he's just gonna stay in near the doorway. Like, seeing him walking down the hall is really gonna stun him, and he's just gonna kind of like they're obviously socially like excited because they have family members that they're trying to connect to. Raz doesn't want to be here at all in the first place. He's only here to help, and now his dad's right in front of him, and he doesn't want to interact. So, and especially now that he sees that his dad has had a mixed breed child and is walking, which is their way of seeing it as very lesser. Like, to him, it was a disgrace that he had to walk. And now his dad's choosing to do this while having children with people who are like this. So I think Raz is just gonna be really like falling back into the shame, but also the anger of like, you put this on me and now you're bringing them in willingly.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna try to avoid the situation. I'll basically like break off from the rest of the group.
Okay, Iris.
What are the odds that Charlotte has read, like, peeked at the note that Iris handed her?
You
It is
noticed
topical.
you noticed that as and I believe you. You noticed that as she like was handed the note, she like slipped it into a pocket down her robe. She most likely has an internal pocket in her robe, as you've always taught her to have. Despite the fact that this is a very clearly like ornate designed like garment. It has very large sleeves, and she was able to kind of fiddle it down there. She has not had a chance to even like pull it out, and she's being cautious.
That's
you
fair.
you can roll an insight check or let your passive insight kind of roll on this. It's up to you. Which would you kind of prefer to do?
I'll make it an active one. She's definitely like seeing the scar and knowing as much as she knows about Adriel. She's very suspicious, and so she's looking for any sign of like if Charlotte is not okay here. Inside, you say?
Yes.
A grandma's touch, a mother's touch.
All right,
History?
you do know her well. I'll let you
That's
have
my
advantage.
blood.
I'll let you have
Okay,
advantage. It's
I
fine.
appreciate it.
You could be put off. I mean, you have a child here too. That's not why.
All right, it
You're
was
very
a 2 and
distracted
then a
by
1.
the baby. The baby is
I'm
being
looking
really
at
cute,
Henry, yes,
and he's
very
already Henry is already maybe let's see, trying to get him past the first phase. So he's like 7 months old. So Henry is up on her shoulder as she's walking, and he's looking back at you and kind of like making cute little noises. Yeah, and you're having that like very distracted moment of like,
Yeah.
my grandson is
Sorry,
looking at me, and
guys.
he's so cute, and he has my husband's name. And Redval, one of the two guards scoops you up. He's smaller than you, but you hear him just go and puts his 2 arms underneath you, and he goes and he like flies up and puts you down there, and then he gets up there and he goes, yeah, what about that? To all the other guys in the hall.
You're an
I
achievement.
bench pressed the big guy. Yeah.
Raz, as you're slipping off, roll a stealth check for me, because you did walk in here to the royal like palace of the royal party.
Honestly, I wasn't going to, but I will do this. So
Okay.
let's see. My
Okay.
thought was he was gonna sit by the front door. As soon as he saw his dad, he was gonna be frozen, and then you had him wander off. But I'll have it go to the door. So that's fine.
It's okay. I mean, I'm gonna say like if you didn't want to enter the building, that's fine. You don't enter the building. But this is kind of to like you are just standing outside on the, your ancestral home, which is a very large place, but it is also like a very heavily guarded place, and so as you're standing out, the legionnaire, who is someone you've recognized, looks over in your direction and says, "Are you not going with your friends?"
They're not my friends. I just came in with them on the elevator.
Who are you then? Why are you here?
I was told there was a ceremony. They guided me here. I can go back now.
He begins to look around and says, "Go back where? Who are you?"
To agriculture.
He hears you say agriculture, and I think he's gonna roll an insight check on that just because he's curious. You can roll a deception check if you want to, like. Oh boy. Roll a deception check for me.
Rhodey, you need to put on more of a farmer voice.
Oh my god!
Nat 20.
We both nat
Booyah.
20'd. We both nat 20'd.
Hey.
But yours is higher because he doesn't have very high The tie on this case goes to you, despite the fact that it was both crits. He actually does not have.
Crazy.
He does not have very.
That's why
good...
you always roll.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, I figured like I'd give him a check bonus on this. And I'm like, if he gets above a certain amount, maybe it's something. And then he rolled a nat 20. I'm like, but you just nat 20, baby. All right, so he looks at you for a moment, and you start to see him like he's about to wave one of the guards over to figure out what's going on, and then as you say that, he goes, so this has been the weirdest day. All right, get out of here. And you rolled so well that he doesn't notice that you walk off instead of flying away.
Okay.
So as you go back, where are you headed? Kind of want to know where you're going.
This is his old home. I kind of feel like he's gonna kind of rediscover the grounds, basically. Like he's familiar with this space, but he's not familiar with it all from this level.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of he's got to ponder everything that he just witnessed. Like the city is weird. His dad is seemingly remarrying to someone who is not a first. He's got scars, which shows that he's not perfect now, which is like, why does he still have his wings?
He did not have scars prior either. Neither him
That's what I'm saying.
nor Charlotte did. Yeah.
Right, because if you were scarred, you were blemished or whatever, and so he's also got a beard now, so it's like he's not clean, and so it's just like the whole thing is all like his dad was what put this structure in him, and his dad's not holding to this structure, and his dad's also who held the structure so hard that he was willing to kill his son for it, and now he's seeing that for some reason his dad's not holding to this, and he basically ruined my life for all this, and now he's accepting something else for whatever reason, and so I think it's just all too much right now for him to just kind of like take. So he's kind of got to figure out what's going on just internally and then process, while I think he's gonna kind of softly explore just to see all the differences and what's changed. It's not going to be anything like aggressive. It's purely just going to be like a roaming, I'm trying to think of how to explain it. It's just, he's just roaming and taking it in and trying to process. Yeah, that's a good one.
Roll a perception check with advantage, and we'll come back to you with whatever that kind of results with. As you are being led through this palace, you again notice how incredibly ornate it is. It is very beautifully designed, ancient structure that seems to just be like well maintained. There's technology in here you've never seen before. Clearly some of it is powered by magic, but a lot of it seems to be functioning off the crystal that you're walking toward. There's a large banquet room that you begin to walk into, and Kaida, you begin to smell some of the most luxurious food you've ever smelled in your life. It smells rich with butter and meat and bread, just the most deliciously spiced vegetables. And as you begin to walk into that room, Adriel starts to guide all of you away from the table toward the open air where the crystal is, and you hear Charlotte stop and say, "Honey, General, could we have a conversation over food first? I'm sure Mother is hungry." And he stops for a moment and kind of turns around and goes, "Oh, of course. Please, sit." And he flaps his wings and like flies down to the large chair at the end of the table. The table's been segmented, so you can tell it's normally much larger, but it's been made a more intimate affair. So there's like a buffet table set to the side with just so much food. Kaida, you notice immediately that there is a type of a bird, a type of poultry you have never smelled or seen before. It is huge. It is bigger than a goose. It's bigger than any type of bird you've ever seen before, and it is freshly cooked. There is steam coming off of it. Clearly, they were about to eat. Clearly, they were about to eat. And there is also some kind of a pork that has been separated out, but it's actually incredibly small. It doesn't look like a ham hock or anything like that. It's just like very small, almost like cutlet-sized, like pieces of pork, like almost like the size of like a chicken wing you could pick up and eat that look like pork. And as you start to look through these options, and I assume have started to pick up on the different things, there is just the most luxurious, like, smelling butter coming off of this food, and just it is very, very, very tasty smelling. What would all of you like to do? Where would you like to sit? What would you like to do?
Sounds like Kaida's dream.
She floats.
A giant bird.
How many legs does a bird have?
Amy, are you trying to hide who you are from your sister?
No, but I am confused. So, one, I'm confused because I feel like I should go after Raz, but at the same time, I'm also confused because my sister's apparently been here the whole time and hasn't messaged in over a year or sent a letter or anything. So I'm not really sure what to make of it. Also, fuck Raz's dad, so.
I'm sure she does.
While you're thinking this through, roll a perception
Oh,
check.
no! I don't want to think about
I'm
it!
so sorry.
Roll a perception.
Yeah, please.
Is the perception on the fucking or?
It's a 22.
You just noticed the biggest hog in this man. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. You notice a couple of things. One, you realize that Mayhem has not looked in your direction yet. It seems like she is focused. She's thinking about something. She's very intently, like, you've known your sister long enough and well enough to know that, like, she's formulating in her head. And she maybe was interrupted from doing something, and she's thinking, like, if I do this and then that, and then I bring this to here, I could do this, and if I do that, then I could. And you can kind of hear her murmuring like this, like almost alchemical sounding instruction to herself. And you also notice that as Adriel flies up into the air a little bit to land in his chair, the the shadow that he gives off, like,
I'm sorry, I think Marie's cat just bit her.
Did it really?
I
Tux, what the hell, dude?
What a reaction!
I reached out to pet him and he went bap bap and then like pulled my hand and bit me. I'm like, oh, okay. Pet time is over.
Well, one of the animals to eat is a cat now. Take that. No, I'm kidding.
Fantastic. Go
No,
me
I'm
some
kidding.
tea popsicles.
Sorry.
You begin to, no, you're fine. I'm glad somebody called attention to it because I didn't even notice. You begin to, as he flew up to like land in that chair on the other end, you notice that as he was doing that, his shadow, like as he flew up in the air, was just cast all the way across the wall. And based on the distance from the light, from where he is, that doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't seem like it should have done that. You're not sure why. If it was just something that you perceived or something that you maybe even just hallucinated, but you did see him do that. And then you also, in this kind of focused, in looking at these things, whenever you look back from his shadow down to Mayhem, she's looking at you with utter shock on her face. Just like, and she hasn't like said a word. She's just looking at you like, and she has not stopped staring at you. She just continues to stare at you.
That's my reaction to the food.
If Emmy needs a moment, Iris will have taken Charlotte and introduce. She would be like, "Oh, Charlotte, oh, this is dear Kaida, this is Redford. Oh, this is sweet Beryl." I assume, did Beryl come with us?
Of course he did.
Wait,
Tarvin's
Okay.
here too, and Tarvin's already getting food.
Tarvin. She does not introduce Tarvin.
And I thought
dear
me and Pick
sweet
had an
Beryl.
issue. Golly.
She hates
just like
Tarvin.
to think,
It's my
I
favorite
just like
thing.
to think that Beryl's behind Tarvin, and she's like, "No, you get out of the way. This is
Yeah, shove him. This is Beryl.
Oh, that's so good.
She's like kind of pushes and trims.
Shoves into the ground. Quick,
Sweet
grandchild,
dear
meet Beryl. Get the fuck out of the way, Tarvin.
This is sweet Beryl. Oh, and it's Emmy. And she looks for Raz, and then she doesn't, and that's it. Wait, Wait, Beatty's there.
Beatty's there. Yeah, Beatty's there.
I'm sure
Oh,
her
man.
and Charlotte have a beautiful reunion.
Oh god. Yeah, she's so Oh yeah, I forget. She runs over and hugs at some point after she hands off Henry to you to kind of introduce to everyone. She rushes over to Beatty and just wraps her up in the biggest hug. And you see like the two of them are kind of like poking at each other in the ways that they always kind of have of like trying to find the nerve to like cause the other one to like like as they're like hugging because they're kind of like sisters. And the two of them are kind of like giddy and joking. And then that moment kind of breaks harshly as Charlotte like steps back and walks over and hugs Henry with you and sits down next to you at the end of the table. But it was a very abrupt, like it was a very quick like swap from like, haha, it's good to see you to like, oh, let's go sit down.
Obviously,
Yeah.
locking eyes with Mayhem as well. I'm just like awkward. Shit.
Mayhem stands up and screams near at the top of her lung, which I'm not going to do in here. She goes, "You're alive!" God, that was bad. My throat's hurt. And she rushes down the end of the table to you, grabs you by the shoulders, and like starts looking over your body, like pulling out your arm and like looking down it, and pulling out your other arm and looking down it. She pulls up your face to like look in your face. She's got your face squished like this, and she's like trying to put it together. She's like, How is this fucking possible? How are you alive? Ibby,
What do you mean? How am I alive?
Emanaya, how are you alive?
You're the one that left.
Yes. In search of father, but that was... Emanaya,
A year ago.
I have tried to contact you so many times, and every spell has failed. Every single one has failed. Any incantation, any sensing of life, any sending, everything to you has failed. You were dead. I thought you were... I thought you were dead. I thought you were dead.
I think we should eat and have a conversation afterwards. We don't want... Honestly, I don't want Kaida waiting for any more food. It kind of gets
Kaida's
kind of
already put
hairy
everything
if
on
she
her
starts
plate.
to get
She's
hungry.
just starting to eat, and she's just like, well, sounds like somebody's bad at spells.
Shaming, I love it. Oh, that's
You
so
watch
funny.
as tears start to fall down the side of Mayhem's eyes, and she says, No, fuck that. No. Come here. I've got to show you this. And she starts to drag you out of the like food hall toward the large
I
crystal.
go with her?
She starts to drag you down toward the crystal, and she says to you, have you heard from Brisa? When was the last time you heard from Brisa?
I haven't heard from anyone in years. You all left me.
Brisa and I talked yesterday. What the fuck do you mean?
So you've... What about Atsila? Have you spoken to her?
Yeah, it's been a while. She's indisposed, but not long. Maybe 2 months. Maybe.
So you did. You did all leave.
Did. Atsila not out of choice. But Brisa and I left by choice. I wanted to find Dad, and so did they. We had to try.
We all did, but not all. So you've all been out here talking to each other.
Yes, we all thought you were dead. We have all tried to reach you and reach home. We've sent letters. We've cast spells. We thought something terrible happened. Risa
You
tried to.
didn't think to come back.
Risa said she did.
Magic fails.
Risa
What do you mean?
Risa went home. She said you weren't there. She said none of you were there.
What are you talking about?
It was months ago now, but Risa went home 6 months, 7 months ago? But it was before the child, so about 8 months. She went home. We weren't there. No one was there. Nothing was there. It was empty.
The house is still there. Mrs. Barty.
Everything we've done to contact them has failed. Everything. Can you cast sending? Try now.
No, I can't. That's not the kind of magic that I can do.
Wait, you can do magic?
I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures.
What does that mean?
I had to find a way to find you all. Because the letters stopped.
Emmy, what did you do?
So I did a lot of research and made a deal with an entity of light to help me find you all.
What entity of light? Emmy.
I mean, does it matter? It led me to you.
She takes your hands and says, and I guess I will think it through you. we have to reach out to Brisa soon, but we should get back to lunch in a moment, but watch this. She takes you over by the large crystal and she says, okay, this is an elemental anchor, a planar anchor crystal. It is a piece of this plane, and it holds it together. And watch what I can do with it. And she reaches out and puts her hand on the crystal, and as she does, a small formation begins to come off the side of this large crystal. And as it does, one of the guards, who's wearing a different kind of uniform, walks over with this like large blade that looks like it's black. And he takes the blade and he cuts the piece off of the planar crystal. And she says, I'm the only person in the world that can do this. The only one. I think this is what related to Dad. I don't know. This was entirely accidental. But I can control this crystal and make more of it. And you watch as this crystal moves it to the side. Go ahead.
What do you do with the crystals?
Well, what I do is I've been studying the anchor link to the plane and how it is so complicated. I have so many notes I want to show you, but I think it was the dimensional anchors that built this planar universe. There are more of them. This one is just one, but they are made up of real crystal. They resonate and they have intelligence, I think. Something beyond normal resonance gem. They are older. But for some reason I can create more of it off the side of it. And they distill it and use it for all kinds of things. I'm not entirely sure what Adril and and Charlotte do with it,
Don't
but
think that that's important to know what they do with a living crystal?
well, when they cut it off from the source, it's no longer. You can't resonate with it any longer. It's no longer an entity of any real form. Here, watch. And she walks you to the side station where the person who took the crystal is literally slicing it into pieces with this black blade. And you watch as it's being sliced, you see it like flicker and then kind of hum a little bit each time. And then he puts it in this like press that starts to like grind the crystal shards into very small pieces. And she looks at you and says, it's pure elemental power. Just pure elemental. It's what powers the city. It's water. It controls the element of water. And it can be harnessed in many ways, used in developing new waterways and in creating energy. It can be used as a alchemical substance to enhance abilities and alter minds. It has limitless applications. It can be used for so many things.
And this is the only place you can do this.
I'm not sure. I think there are more. I have tried to communicate with it, but have struggled. I am able to create more of this. And I'm not sure exactly why, but in talking with Brisa, I believe that it has something to do with all of us, that each of us have our own unique gifts, and that potentially there are other ones of these that we can do this with. And I can't believe you're alive. I've wanted to tell you this for so long. We had a funeral for you. Remotely, but a funeral nonetheless.
I'm kind of failing to understand. Adriel.
Yes. She kind of like cocks her head while she looks at you. Why what?
Why here?
It's a long story. And she kind of gets down on her knees and leans back on her feet. And she like takes your hands to like pull you down with her and starts to tell you the story that you'll also hear, Iris, because Charlotte is telling a similar story at dinner. As you were sitting back on your knees, Emanaya, you begin to hear the story of how the three of them met. Adriel had gone into Harrowvale, the kind of like steampunk-like city that is to the northeast from here. The city that you remember Charlotte being in, Iris. And all of you are frozen on my screen. Are all of you good? Okay, yeah, it's back.
We're good.
We can hear you.
All right,
Yeah.
good. And he had gone there for some business with some diplomats. Not a very common thing for him to leave, but he was looking for something. And he was, at the time, accosted by assassins. Magical blade-wielding assassins. He believed them to be harpies. He will even say that during the story's retelling. He'll say, "The damn harpies." And Charlotte continues to tell the story and says, "Well, we don't know that they were harpies. They could have been anyone." But that is how she got her scar and how he got his. Her scar is from a lightning bolt spell that it caught her on the face. And his scar is from a poisoned blade that was dug into his face as the two of them were jumped. He was jumped, and she just happened to be in the way, and so she caught a stray from the lightning bolt. Mayhem was similarly like on the other side. Basically, the three of them kind of accidentally got surrounded, and ended up in combat. And Mayhem and Charlotte both managed to help Adriel survive. And he was poisoned, and so he needed some time to recover. And during that time, Charlotte fell in love with him, of kind of like taking care of him. And as she began to fall in love with him, she, was thinking, that he told her that he was she had no idea he was like in charge of the entire, country, city, state, place. And so, and he had no intention of seemingly telling her at first. It seemed like almost like he was willing to just kind of like run away. She even mentions his beard in passing, saying that like she likes it like that. He grew it whenever he was struggling to stay conscious for a little while, and she's asked him not to shave it because she likes it.
Oh.
And he stayed in Harrowville for a few months before he was able to kind of explain to her who he was, come back to the town, and they ended up having a child. And that's when she wrote you the letter about having had a child. And after that, they decided to get engaged, and it was complicated because the city-state does not recognize, interspecies marriage here, and especially not her as a princess. So he had to basically beat the ass of every single legionnaire in town, and he did so thoroughly in order to kind of make sure that he was allowed to do what he wanted. In fact, he killed one of them as a result. And he's being mostly quiet during this conversation, kind of just adding little harumphs and things like that as it goes along. He very much reminds you of Raz in that kind of like, he's quiet but has kind of a stern air about him. And as the story kind of wraps up, she mentions, she's came back here. Mayhem has been living with them, and recently Adriel and Mayhem have started to kind of date. But it's not been too serious yet. They're just kind of like learning how they feel about this. And Charlotte then mentions to you, she says, and that's where the structure came in for Mayhem discovered she could control the crystal, and we were able to kind of go into business together. And so I've been trading with Harrowvale and a few other places for some time. That's what all the airships are. The elemental crystal powder can be used for a number of applications on the with the white and black markets, and we have been able to really kind of shore up the place in the world of Luxus and give it some more power than it had before, where it was just kind of a rival nation to the Harpies before. Now it is more of a respected trading partner, someone who has something that others need, that we are able to produce and generate, which has given us more power and really more money than we know what to do with. And so I wanted to talk to you for a couple of reasons. First, I love you, and I really wanted you to meet Henry. And two, I'm having a bit of trouble with Eleanor. Your eldest daughter.
Yeah, sorry.
Eleanor does not like that the powdered crystal has been taking some of her market away. As you remember, she was quite good at selling the flowers and the different... Yes. The toughest of us all. And she has grown quite frustrated to the degree at which she has threatened some of our lives. Not mine directly, but it feels like it. I was kind of hoping you might be able to serve as a go-between for us.
Of course. Oh, I'm so proud of you. You remind me so much of your father. You're so ingenuitive and you've built something wonderful, and without the family legacy to help with that, you've done this yourself. And she looks to Amania's sisters, or Emini. No, I can't say names.
It's Imanaya.
Emmy's sister.
We're off
They're
the
like
crystal
out-
at the moment.
They're
okay.
like 60,
But-
90 feet away at this crystal, like standing just outside the hallway.
But
You
she's
can
like,
see her.
You and your friends. This is so proud of you. And things don't change right with you and your sister, of course. Of course, I will. I'll do what I can to help. You're both just such golden stars that you want to shine brighter than each other, and by all means, Henry'd love to foster that between you, but I've always just wanted you to get along. And, I mean, there's always a way to find a compromise and maybe a collaboration. The two of you together could be even more powerful. But you need to put your family first. And she looks down at little Henry, and she looks at Adriel as well, and she's so torn. Because seeing the extent that he has gone for her own daughter is moving. But knowing his history and how he's treated his own, quote, like, loved ones before.
Yeah. He's exiled his previous wife and his son.
Oh shit, what happened to the previous wife?
She was exiled, but not
because this is
killed in the same way.
Emmy's going to address some of this in a second.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
But as she's talking about,
And Raz, that came from you. You were there when she was exiled. She was exiled in the soft way. She wasn't like her
Yeah,
wings
yeah.
weren't ripped off. She was told she was going to be exiled and she left.
Oh, so
be
the
nice.
Carl died, like Game of Thrones. The Carl died and she got put in the Khaleesi tent where she was never to be seen again, basically.
Basically, she is not in. As far as Raz knows, he hasn't seen his mother in some time, so you wouldn't have heard about her.
But as Iris is speaking about, she's like, yes, you need to obviously work together with your sister. We'll find a way. Maybe we could get her together. We could get your brother. Oh, that would be lovely. But you need to you have a new family. And she looks down at Henry. She's like, a child is the best thing we can give this world. And you need to protect him with all of your heart. And even if, they're never perfect. They're never going to be exactly what you think it's going to be. But they're perfect in their own right. And you love them despite everything and because of everything. And as she's saying this, she's like looking at Adriel.
Do you want to roll like an
Speaking about-
intimidation check or persuasion check on that, or just for fun? You're like you're saying it out loud.
I just want to fuck with him a little. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be.
What's the mother-in-law role?
The statue.
I'm going to, and I have a feeling I know how this is gonna go. Okay, yeah. You get the feeling when you're looking at Adriel about this that his demeanor strikes you familiar to Raz in the sense that he isn't getting it necessarily. And like that's pretty common of Raz too. When people say things, it's just like, "What? I don't get it." Like Adriel
This
is
is a goddamn 4x4.
Adriel's a very like singular focus, and you can tell this just from being around him for a few minutes. He's a very singularly focused man. Like he wanted something, he took what he wanted. He wanted, when Charlotte told him she had these plans, very clearly she's like the mastermind behind this kind of operations happening around you. When she told him that he was going to do that, this was going to help, he immediately went to like the military might it would give them and the negotiating power and the strength it would give them. And she's like, sure, great, whatever, I don't care. And that's kind of the story that she's telling of like, I wanted to build this enterprise, realizing what Mayhem could do. And he's like, great, makes us stronger, makes us more powerful. Awesome. Love that for us. And that just is his main focus. That and clearly he is doing things that are against his like society's code of living that now you recognize were just for Charlotte. And so that is something, but it is very unique to him scenario.
Yeah, but he's not picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah, exactly. Emmy, what are you doing? Mayhem has tried to like sit you down on the ground with her to talk about this. You just heard the same
Obviously,
story.
I sat down and listened.
Yeah, you heard the exact same story from Mayhem's perspective, where she wasn't in love with the two of them at any given point originally. It was kind of just like you know, I helped him out, and then she was staying in Harrowvale already, kind of for a little bit anyway. So she was helping with the tinctures and things like that. She's smart. She knows how to do things. And then once she, you know, he asked them to come back, she agreed to come back just to like see what the island looked like. She was so curious about it, and she was also kind of curious if maybe your father had been here, because she'd just been looking everywhere. Harrowvale is a big place, and so she'd spent a long time there looking. And so when she got here and realized what she could do, it very quickly became like, oh, this is something that is so fascinating, and I bet it has something to do with Dad. And so she started to really dive into that. But go ahead.
And did the relationship start to develop after she could figure out what she could do with the crystals?
Yes.
Like, in her telling?
She realized within the first few days of being here that she was able to do this. She recalls it as being like a pull that she had. She could feel herself being drawn toward the crystal. And whenever she got to the crystal and touched it, she could feel, not resonate with it in the sense that like she could empathically understand it, but she could control it. And very quickly she mentions the first thing that she did is accidentally flood part of the city, because the crystal has the ability to control the planar water in this area, and she was able to control it on the island, raising it up to a degree at which it flooded part of the island, and she had to lower it back down. And that's how she realized she could grow more of the crystal as well.
So, Adriel, really big family guy, is he?
I don't know. Since being here, he's been pretty focused with Charlotte and you know, ensuring that she could stay and that I could stay. And once he shored that up, I was given access to their library, which contains some of the wildest shit you will ever read.
At any point, did he tell you he had a son already?
I've read the Bloodlines, so I was familiar with a child. I don't know the name off the top of my head though.
Yeah.
He was also married
Do you
before,
recall
I
what
believe, too.
happened? Do you recall what happened to that child?
The story, when I read it, it's in their first language, so I'm new to understanding it. But if I remember correctly, there was an attack by the Harpies, and some things happened with his ex-wife, and she was exiled. Some Harpies were killed, and then the son, died, I believe, or was it something like that? I believe he died.
Yeah, if you call ritually removing his wings for failure and casting him out to dying, I suppose.
They're a harsh people. Yeah, it makes sense. They're pretty tough people. Don't want to do the wrong thing around these people. They will hold you to it.
Did you ever question if there was a body or not? With me, I mean.
Of course I did.
And at any point, did you think to try and find my body or where I'd gone or anything?
We all looked. I cast sending every day.
You cast sending, but did you care enough to go and look and see what I might have done, where I might have gone, to see if you could at least find a body? To find some conclusion to what happened to me.
Risa went home. She said that you and Miss Barden and Barty were gone. At first I assumed you packed up, but whenever I couldn't reach you by spells, I assumed that you were no longer alive. And we cast everything. There are mages here. I've asked them to cast scrying spells, all kinds of spells. Nothing worked.
I would have stopped at nothing to find you all, even if it meant knowing that you were dead. And just because your spells failed, and spells fail all the time,
Every day?
you just assumed.
Not multiple casters every day. We thought you were dead. Brisa went home the second we couldn't reach you. And the house was empty. She told me.
The house is empty.
House was empty.
And you didn't think to go to the university, talk to people, find out where I might have gone.
The walls were cleared. The place was cleared out. Everyone was gone. We couldn't reach Miss Barton, we couldn't reach Barty, we couldn't reach you. We tried everything and got none of
You
you.
didn't go to the university and talk to the Keetresses?
I tried to reach them too by magic, but I didn't go to the university. I don't know if Brisa did. I never asked. I didn't think to.
You just assumed I'd left, and because then you couldn't reach me by magic, I was just gone, and you didn't care enough to find out what had happened to me?
I mean, we did care. We spent every day. Atsala looked too. Atsala can create. Atsala can create this thing that we can see through, all of us. Hang on. I'll show you. Okay? I'll show you. And you watch as she begins to do an incantation and speaks a spell. And you hear her say out loud, "Hi, Brisa. Can you cast a spell contacting Atsala? Emmy is here. Have her use her mirror and contact us." And she waits you hear her like sitting there for a second getting a response. And she says, she was loud. She's very excited. Just give us a second. And she is like now
That's
tears are
spells.
just rolling down her face.
You know that scrying spells aren't going to work if I'm not on this plane of existence, right?
When were you
So
not
the
on this?
automatic assumption that I was just dead.
But sending does. Sending works across every plane. None of the... We felt sure that we had searched and hunted. A few more seconds go by, and then she holds up her hand just like for like the briefest of seconds. I'm sorry. What do you mean?
You
Why won't-
stopped.
Why won't it? She's seemingly talking to someone else. It's like, why? What do you mean it won't work? Why wouldn't it work? She looks at you for a second, Emmy, and like begins crying more and says, "Atsala can't cast her spell with you here. Emmy, we can't contact you magically." Wait, and she begins to cast another spell, and like she starts just rapid fire. You hear her talking to Miss Barton, and then she casts another spell, and she starts talking to Barty, and she turns back to look at you, and she says, "We thought all of you were dead. It was you? Were you preventing us from contacting you? On purpose? How are you doing this?"
I have to go find my friend.
Emmy, as you start to try to stand up, the static in your head is loud. Very, very loud. And your skin begins to glow. Brighter, brighter. And as your skin starts to glow, you start to look almost like a lamp glowing. brightly, casting off shadows. And your sister, Mayum, her skin changes too. She starts to become water. You watch as her fingertips change, and you hear her go, "What's happening? What's happening?" as her arms begin to elongate into water. And Imanaya, as you look up through this light you're casting off, Adriel's wings are not white. They're black. Pitch black. And that is where we'll pick up next time. Punch and roll for initiative.
What?
So many things left unsaid, I'm sorry.
Just as the final thing.
No, it's
as
good.
So
this
many things, I
happens,
know.
and
Go ahead.
Just as my final thing, as like obviously this ends off,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
she's turning to water and I'm starting to glow more and more, like I'm like determinedly like death staring Adriel at this point, like
Yeah.
furious.
Yeah.
If looks could kill.
When Emanaya's like, I gotta go find my friends, I wanted to be like,
No,
Here,
it was.
take this.
I was actually
Put
going
it
to
in
go
your
off
mouth.
after Raz. I was going to go off after Raz because in my mind, like I know she didn't say this, but in her mind, she's like, "Oh, Redvold went into like the ethereal plane after his son. Regardless of whether he's dead, he would have turned over every rock just to find proof." Yada yada yada. And she's like, "And you fucking didn't even look." Like, yeah. She pissed.
Yeah. And
She's
before our
pissed
next
for
session,
Raz. She's pissed. Yeah.
before our next session, we'll talk about in game what this form does for you. I don't have a splash like end screen. I built one and I forgot to put it on here, so we can just hang out for a minute with everybody. I know. I put a whole thing together and I was excited about it. Like, hey, we're wrapping up. Here's our socials and stuff, and I forgot to put it on the fucking thing, so it's fine.
Fine.
Yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks. Hopefully, we'll have some episodes come out soon. But lot of loose
Hopefully we'll have a
ends.
full cast.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have a full
Yeah.
cast. Funny enough, like I just imagine Tarvin like bread hanging out of his mouth as you like start to glow really bright in the like 60 feet away. He's like, whoa, what the fuck?
Baby
Our-
Henry's just dazzled by it.
Ooh, it's
Next
beautiful.
Session, I should.
And then Iris is
absolutely
like,
be
"No,
there,
don't
but it's
look
not
into the
gonna
light,
be
it'll
pretty.
blind
Oh
you."
no, you're gonna get
What'd you say, Marie?
Our next session, I should absolutely be there, but it might not be pretty.
Oh
I get off a
no.
plane at like 7 p.m. my time.
Oh no. I felt bad for you.
Could
Hey,
I felt bad for
That's
you and
perfect
Aaron a little
timing.
bit. Oh, Tux, don't bite her again.
We're friends again.
I felt a little bit bad for you and
Yeah, you
Aaron, so I'm
say
like, you
that.
need something to hit, and I can't give you anything to hit yet because we've got to get through all the like
Oh, don't
intro
worry.
stuff.
Don't worry. I'm sure.
There's a baby
Red
there,
Bull is-
Tegan. You gotta do beat him up in
I'm
front of his baby.
Yes.
Baby.
Yes.
The only thing at the moment, this is where Redvold's going to be like, "Oh fuck yeah, Emmy." The only reason that Emmy's at the moment, Emmy's whole thing at the moment is literally just, I don't want to hurt Iris by hurting Charlotte. That is the only thing,
Yeah.
like, stopping absolute carnage right now. At
Yeah.
that, and Kaida would be real mad if I ruined a whole heap of fucking food.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to wait until after my third dessert. Thank
She's
you.
sitting there like, she sees Emmy start to glow and she's just like, quick, get in as much as possible.
And
As
Raz, for
it
what
is,
it's
I'm only on my second bread course, and I was gonna be like, "Hey, Red Bull, you really gotta like
it's protein
come
time,
here and
baby.
try this gravy on this meat with this bread."
She's like, have you ever
A
seen
different combination.
the Santa Claus
Yeah.
where they're eating lunch at the meeting and you have Tim Allen just like scooping every little bit of the ice cream? I see Kaida doing that moment and then finally finishing it and be like, okay, now we can go.
Absolute fucking menace with a
I like a
buffet
fight.
table.
She's like, I gotta get all the ice cream first.
Yep.
It's like,
And
hold on.
Raz, you are, or Rhodey, you are right. It is one of the chocobos that y'all are eating.
yeah, I-
Chocobos.
Oh no.
Yeah, one of those chocobos.
Well, I
Really,
figured
this is a chocobo and not an actual harpy, right?
well, see,
Yeah,
that was
no,
the thing.
it's not a
Well,
harpy.
I thought it was
harpy,
harpy.
You're not eating
That's why I
people.
asked so many
It's
legs.
an
You're not
improvement.
eating people. No.
Yeah.
They're- and the
Look,
little
that's
pork
how
we
I
things
get
agree.
are.
Maureen on every opportunity.
I thought you thought it was a
This was
chocobo,
gonna
not a
be-
person.
I thought it was
Harpies
goose.
aren't people.
I'm sorry.
That's right.
I'll stand for none of this
They don't
speciesist
think
here.
harpies are people.
See, I'm rubbing off. It's working.
It's so hard to play this too because there's that like that DM like I'm trying to be a DM and a person, but also like it's hard to have these moments of like this person is flawed and this flaw makes them feel so shitty and so guilty. But also wanting to be like, I want to give you this like satisfying thing, but it's not because family is. I just got back from seeing my family and like having that imperfect kind of like sometimes it fucking sucks is just the worst
I don't expect
feeling.
there to be a lot of happy ending bullshit. Like it's not.
I know. I'm just saying
Unfortunately, not all
from
stories
my
end up
own
happy.
from my own like interpersonal like wanting you to have a very happy family situation and wanting you to enjoy that is so important to me, while also being like I give all these people like one hard truth about who they are and their like goals in the
Prefer a
world.
good story, to be honest.
Yeah, I
even
know,
if
but it
is,
makes
like,
me
heartbreaking
feel
and
bad
sad.
because I'm here like
There's
Mayhem
no-
feels
I
like
love
shit.
it.
You're here
I love
making
it.
circles in the family tree. I don't
Yeah.
well,
Well, the
That's
irony,
them.
Daisy
Daisy
Iris
chain.
is his
Jesus
nephew.
Christ.
Like,
the irony is that everybody thought us going here was going to be to deal with Raz's stuff,
and you
then,
fucking walked off.
yeah, and I
We
thought that
asked
was
them-
so funny.
No,
I was
but
like,
this is the thing.
That was
It is dealing with
self-preservation.
Raz's stuff.
That's
It's just
fair.
Raz is not dealing with Raz's stuff. Weird fucked off for it.
Well, Yeah,
no,
you
no,
could've-
but,
you
like,
could've gone.
I thought it was.
Still
Well,
have
and
a
I thought
chance
it
to
was
dog.
funny because I'd made it pretty clear earlier that Raz doesn't want to actually be here. Definitely doesn't want to see his father. And then
Yeah.
the second his father is revealed, these other characters are revealed with it. And then Iris just goes running straight for him. I'm like, well, I think we're gonna do a little party separation here. Because
Well, it was a
Very
baby
fair.
Henry. He's so cute.
no, I get it. But that was what was so funny was it was like so. I was even thinking during our break, I'm like, Iris and I are exactly opposites right now. Like she wants to be as close as possible, and Raz can't get further away. And
Oh, don't worry. I'm on Raz's side of kicking your dad's
But it
ass
was-
because he's taking advantage of my sister.
just
But it was
kicking
one of
his
those
dad's
things,
ass
too,
and then
where I'm
killing
like-
his dad's ass.
you know,
The
you
two
and I
can go
kind of
together.
gone
Let's take his
over
wings.
the look of Adriel before, and so you mentioning that he was gonna have a beard and the scar. So I'm thinking for Raz, like, what would he feel like when he sees that? And of course, the whole thing was, as far as
Yeah.
this guy knows, he wiped his son out for this ideology that suddenly he's fine with getting rid of. Like he's moving on.
Yeah.
It's like you were so in it that you were willing to kill your child, and now you're like, yeah, it's whatever. So he.
See, I vote you
That's a
throw the
kick in the
cloak off
head.
and you just go, Daddy.
well, no. So that's the thing. Is,
I like that.
I genuinely feel like seeing how hard he fought for this situation and how he didn't fight at all for Raz's situation. Raz is in
Yeah.
a situation of burn it all down. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
because he's.
I mean, let's
he's
let's
like,
be honest. This is
bullcrap.
not the first dad in history to have like really fucked up the first time around, so much so that he
Right.
hurt everyone, and then to like try to get it right the second time with the second family. And so it sucks for sure. There's definitely like, I tried to think like, because you told me what happened with your dad, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what would a father in this situation do? And my first thought was like, probably put himself in danger, like probably just like be willing to like just give up everything,
Right.
and then finding this kind of like relationship.
I hear you.
Story-wise-
Who the fuck are you?
Story-wise, I
good.
absolutely love the complexity of it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
so
it's
that's
fun.
why-
Fucking great.
That's
I
why
do.
for Raz, I've been trying to think. I designed him to be very much the outcast who still holds true to the ways that we're supposed to have killed him. So he still clings, and I'm like, this is nice because I immediately had this moment of like, this is what's gonna be like, screw you all. I was in it, and then you showed me that all my care for it was pushed away so easily. It's like,
Is Raz gonna cut loose?
The
I don't think he's gonna
absolute
cut
kicker
loose,
for
but
me-
he's probably gonna go a little wild. So we'll see.
the absolute
Come
kicker for
on.
me is Daddy Redvold's going to be so pleased with Emmy, like Emmy's whole Rage for Love arc, when the kicker being her sister going, "Is this you? Are you doing this? Did you do this on purpose?" I'm like, bitch.
Me
I'm
and
not
Iris
gonna
be in
hit
the background
you.
be like, that's our girl.
Yeah. But here's the other
Redford's
funny
lesson,
thing too,
rage for
though,
love. I
is Iris's-
defend fucking Raz.
Iris's
Fuck this
daughter is technically in love with this guy. I guess Emmy's sister's falling in love with this guy, and now Raz wants nothing more than to kill this guy. So it's like,
Why is he pulling so many bitches?
I
Her included.
have you
Raz
have
is
you
hot.
seen Raz?
Imagine
I was gonna
Raz's
say-
daddy.
Hot.
Yeah,
Seen
imagine.
Ethan's drawing of him. No, he's not. He's got a skinny boy goatee.
Look, I tried to make. I'm trying to use the
That's
same
all
thing.
Dragon
Iris's
ate him
daughter's
if it
I
was
made him
That is
buffer.
Iris's
I made him
daughter's fault.
buffer at
It's
first,
true.
and like it fucks up the armor on his body because of the way the pit crew thing works. And so somebody will have to draw him. He looks like Raz, except a little bit older, a little bit gruffer. Because we've been talking
He's
about
a little
Raz looking
bigger,
like The
too.
Witcher.
I'm sorry.
So imagine
he
The
would be
Witcher,
like Silver Fox
but
and-
hotter and older.
I was gonna say he's Silver Fox. I didn't have to ask the question. I was
Yeah.
like, why?
Imagine
I understand.
bearded Geralt.
Why?
You know, from The Witcher.
Geralt now.
What's that guy's name who plays him? Who's
No,
super
listen,
fucking
that
hot?
photo
Henry
is in my
Cavill?
head now.
He's
I
Henry
don't
Cavill
trust that
depending
one.
on
with a
which-
beard.
Yeah, I'm more of like Superman
Hang on, I'll
with
pull
the
it.
Geralt
Make it
hair.
up.
This guy is just full on Geralt.
Yeah.
The gruff and all.
But,
Yeah,
but
played
with,
by
like,
George
wings.
Clooney.
George Clooney hybrid into you know what he's that guy playing Wolverine but with white
But
hair.
Yeah.
let's also point out there is potentially
epic.
a level of mind control going on as well.
You even
crystals.
so casually slipped in. Oh, the powder can like manipulate
Alter
people.
your mind.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? A scientist thinks that things are really cool until they're like, wait a minute, this can do fucked
Let's
up
also
shit.
know that
This
we've
is
also
that's
seen a
unethical.
crystal in someone's chest. Issues.
Yeah. Yeah. Ethan, I'll send you what was on the note that I
She, by the way, she has started to read it. Whenever you were talking to her at one point, she slipped it out. I was going to tell you. And Raz, your perception roll earlier gave you.
I agree with you, Marie, with what you just typed in the chat.
Yeah.
Liam is not The Witcher. No one will watch that
He
season.
is not The
Has it even
Witcher.
come
Yeah.
out? If it came out, fuck
No.
No,
No idea.
it
it. Hope it never
hasn't.
does.
Does anybody care anymore?
No, it's
Which
done
is
now.
not
They took Henry
okay.
Cavill off and
That
they're like,
show
nah,
has-
fuck that show.
It's done.
So dumb.
Cooked.
But your
Well, he
check
likes
earlier,
Josh
Rhodey,
Hutcherson so much.
Yes.
where you were in position, you were able to hear basically the entire conversation because the crystal being open now, the solarium being open, you can hear what's happening over there. So you could and you also know, like, you found one of the entrances that you knew about. You'll have to climb up to it if you want to get into it, but it's one of the secret entrances that you know about to get inside. So if you want to go to
when
your
is-
old room, you can do that, basically.
Okay.
When is Rhodey supposed to be out?
Oh, yeah, you out next in 2 weeks?
God damn it.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I'm out anymore. I have a what's it called? I have a youth lock-in thing that I'm helping with next Friday.
I almost said,
So I don't
like,
do what?
here's
No,
nothing.
be out, 'cause we're
Bad
gonna
things
make
came to
you
my
fight
brain.
your daddy while you're gone.
Yeah,
It's
fight your
fine.
dad.
No. So I'm saying it's literally next Friday. It's not the
I'm
next
sorry.
Friday we're
All
playing.
of those
So
kids
it's in
would
be-
think
it
you're
landed
super cool.
perfectly in
What
between.
if you're like,
And I was like,
oh,
okay,
I'm
good.
doing a youth lock-in, but sorry guys, I have to just
I gotta
go
go
be part of my
D&D for
live
3
stream
hours.
D&D game. Just
Yeah. Well,
Guys, I'm on a
it's-
D&D
Entertain
podcast.
yourselves.
I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's really cool. And, like, I'm about to go fuck up my dad, so...
Yeah.
I'm actually like really cool.
No, honestly,
I have-
I was worried it was gonna fall on this Friday,
Yeah.
and I would have canceled as I'm just a chaperone. It's just to have another adult like to make sure these kids aren't like trying to
Hear
slip
that,
away. and-
everybody? Rhodey
have
is
Let the
a
kids bang.
responsible
Oh, dear.
But
adult.
Don't.
They're absolutely slipping away.
Rhodey
Yeah,
is a
but,
responsible adult, everyone.
That was the thing is, I was like, if it falls on this night, I was gonna cancel because of the fact that I'm like, we're finally going
All
to
right.
this island. There's no way. I'm not
Everybody
gonna
say
be
goodbye to
able
Chad. I'm gonna cut the stream. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Love you.